All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the closing acumen. Christian Robert, thank you for being here. Uh, always, always the first year. Christian, thank you. Uh, Eugenia, uh, yeah, we definitely got to organize a nice T-shirt for Christian Roberts, closing acumen on it because he's always the first to be here. Definitely got to do that. We got to find it and do that. Uh, but welcome, Christian, Eugenia. Emmett Cameron, welcome from Cox City. Uh, all those watching us and those listening to us by way of Radio Land, we say welcome again. Today is Monday. Welcome to the Closing Acumen, where we bring you a fair and balanced news of the happening in Liberia. It's a lot been going on. You have been following us. You know exactly what's been going on. The president returned to the country and the speaker returned as well. Today, the speaker was at Capitol Hill. And we also saw a group from the speaker block presenting a letter of to the LACC. So today we're going to talk about that and we want to encourage even some of our lawmakers who are watching to come. You know, Eric Bewee, he's watching us from Hamburg, Germany. Welcome. Oliver Saka, welcome, Oliver. Good to see you as well. Good to see everybody. So there's a lot going on in the country. The speaker returned today to Liberia. At the Capitol. And, you know, this is my take, all right, folks. Liberia as a country, that country don't even have three functioning fire truck, three working fire truck. So eventually, if you live in Kakata and your house caught on fire, likely your house will get burned down, and nobody will be able to save you. Nobody will be able to save you. Because the home will be burned because the country do not have enough fire truck to be put one or two in every little city. So we burn. How much for a fire truck? You know, a fire truck in Liberia. Let me just check here for a fire truck. The price of a fire truck in Liberia. Less than 300,000. You know, less than that. You know, or you could talk to friendly people here who could help them. But we are taking uh, 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 millions of dollars and diverting our funds. Welcome, Ruth Robert, uh, Thompson B. Boss, Archie Brown. The cost of a fire truck varies significantly from $15,000 to well over, uh, I don't know whether this price is right. There's different prices of fire truck. So can you imagine the money that our so-called lawmakers are getting if they were diverting that money? So let's put all this money together and buy a fire truck for the country, buy two, three, or six different fire trucks, and equip our fire department so that it'll be able to fight fire. Where every major city in Monrovia. Richardson Melvin, welcome. Thompson B. Boss from Australia. Archie Brown watching us from Voga Mission. All right. So tell me about this, right? If you put that money together, still going to buy a fire truck for our country. We have a lot of fire trucks. Well, you can stage one in Kakata, and stage one in Habel Firestone, stage one between Buchanan area there, phase one in Buchanan area county. Every major city, Loking Town will have a fire truck. You don't have to wait for the fire truck to come from over here. Burraville will have a fire truck and all of that. But yet we are taking money, stealing money, and say we are using it just to destroy one person, to remove the person from power, to remove the speaker from power. Should we do that or waste money? You got whereby people have not even taken pay. Nurses, you know, nurses can't even get $300. Uh, uh, police then don't have uniform. You're right, Ruth. The police they don't even have uniform. Hmm. Uh, 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 Police, Ruth Roberts, bang, bang. Welcome again. Archie Brown, welcome. Police don't even have uniform. You see, the police uniform is a way to every occasion. When it's a holiday, they wear it. When it's a major event, they wear it. But they don't even have. I think the whole police department got 80 pickup. The whole police department don't even have 80 pickup. But they are misusing the money, going after things that will not benefit anybody. Our lawmakers, the rebel lawmakers. That's what they are doing. It's sad. How can anyone take that country serious? The president of the Republic of Liberia traveled to Italy, invited the speaker. While they are in meeting, they're having intense engagement with business partners and things. You turn on the news, the lawmakers, those who should be having oversight and making good decisions in the country, they are collecting money to remove a speaker that's sitting in a meeting with business. Isn't that shameful? It's very shameful. And is that the kind of country we plan to live in? You destabilize the speaker today, the next thing you go to the pro tem, destabilize the next thing you end up to the higher office. You're trying to destabilize them because you know what? Your stuff could go. You know. What is the essence? The fact is being a representative, you can't be a backer and be a representative. That's why some of them can kill to get that job. To get that representative job. Some of them will even kill you to get it. Just to go there and be able to corrupt and steal money and pay people. I mean, just to cheat the Liberian people. Bankrupt the country. They're not making any real positive, having any real positive impact on the people of Liberia. Right? Johnny could have seen it. You know, they're not having no real positive impact. What Liberia needs? We need roads. We need health care. Everybody that got sick, Filikate, welcome from Ali Kamara, welcome. Everybody, only 1 in 10 people that go to the hospital actually get well. The rest of the people that go there, they either tell you, oh, you need to seek medical attention outside. You need to seek medical attention outside. We can't even meet the health needs of our people. We can't. But yet still we are killing ourselves, taking millions of dollars and wasting it out there and dividing it, putting it in the car, dividing it to remove a speaker. I think it's just so bad for our country. And what we're seeing here and what we're going through is bad. You know, so we'll talk about this, guys. We are going to talk about it. You know, Ruth says here, the level of corruption by the indigenous is scary. Looting resources like the country at war. You couldn't have said anything better than that. You know, look what happened in our country. I mean, everywhere today, again, another other report came up and they were implicating the LRRC. Go and see how much money they'll bust to. Don't wonder why the refugees, some of them are still stuck in Ghana and they can't come home. You see. And some of them that came, they didn't even give them the package and didn't give them nothing good. Another stuff came out again. LRRC. See how much money they stole. Well, we heading, folks. Where are we heading? Welcome, Mr. Johnny. Welcome, brother. Welcome.
Thank you, Peabody, for kicking the show on. And let me join you to appreciate all our viewers through the radio and through the social media, our followers on Facebook and all other medium through which they can access information from this platform. I mean, uh, all that you've been saying, issues that are brought time we cannot stay our way out to resolve these issues and move our country forward. We were kids. The brother had this kind of problem. We've grown. We have today become today's leaders. We still find ourselves in the same situation. So, I think it's just a matter of radical approach and some kind of well organized, energized, systematic leadership we need. If you see the country moving in this kind of direction, where people in the various sector are doing things without regard to rule of law, without regard to the welfare of the people of Liberia, but everybody doing their own thing. Sometimes I tend to put the blame on the leadership. Leadership, because leadership matters. Leadership is everything. And if you are a leader for a group or a society or a population, and you don't understand how this population works, you don't understand the needs and condition of the population. Those that you bring around to help you work will always cause problem for you. And you gotta be a leader that knows what's happening. You gotta put your nose and ears to know what's happening in the various sector, especially so a country that came out of a very serious, civil crisis, and the population is traumatized. Population is eager to get things done. Everybody is hungry. Everybody is doing hunting and gathering kind of way of life. So you gotta be a leader that want to make sure that your vision you got for the country is what everybody else around you are following and they are living and working that direction. Other than that, if you think that you have people you appoint around you to work with you and they don't work within your vision, you assume within your vision or what you desire as a leader for the country, I'm afraid you have a serious challenge with giving result or being a result oriented person. To become a result oriented leader, you gotta be hands on, especially with Liberia. Liberia specifically, you gotta be a hands on leader. You gotta know what's happening in the agricultural sector. You have to know what's happening in the health sector. What's happening everywhere. You gotta make sure you keep asking and ask for update. What is going on here? And the various radio stations in the country, medium of communication, the social media, they are giving out information. It may be true or not true, but it's good as a leader to listen to these things and guide yourself, give yourself, your own agenda for the day and know how to follow up with what's happening around you. You know, I don't think our president is satisfied with what's happening around him, but he needs to muster the courage to ensure that whatever belief he has, that he thinks Liberia deserves leadership from him, he has effort, he had to mobilize the energy to make sure that things are happening right. We'll come back to what is happening now in our first branch of government, legislature. Like I've been saying to all of you in the past weeks or past days of conversation, if you really, if you are a leader for this country and you know the issues of this country, you haven't wasting your time fighting to do replacement of a speaker or fighting in the legislature to delay us. Liberia has more kind of like important matter to address right now. School is open, right? How many family members were able to put their children in school?
Mhm.
We have the health sector around the country. How many people have access to hospital when they get sick? How many persons still living on herbs in the country? Those are things we should be worried about, we should be concerned about. How many persons in the country have access to safe drinking water? To sanitation. Go to all the high schools around here in the various counties. In the modern day, you build high school, you build for the young people to go and be using paid latrine in this day and age, 21st century. Is that not a worry for your leader, for a leadership to be concerned about the young generation that you're preparing for tomorrow? Why are you giving them now in the school system? Why are they growing to learn about the society? But instead of that, our deputies, our representatives in government legislature, both especially so at the lower house, they spend almost like the last 10 to 15 days struggling, to resolve leadership issues when it should not be a priority at all at this time. And at this time, they should be struggling to prepare themselves. Say, look, we have a next project coming 2025 by January. On their own, they should start doing their own assessment. What is the country going through? So when the project comes, they can know how they can
Right.
make contribution towards the budget going towards the people's well-being, the people's welfare. It's about problem solving. That's it. A leader is a problem solver. If you're not a problem solver, then get because you took the social contract you sign with people is give me authority or give me power, and I will give you what is good for you, what is and good to keep you up, your well-being. Eh? No, our constitution says the right to life. If you read what it says about right to life and you follow what constitutes right to life, have education, quality health. It's an element to right to life. You can't say I'm pretending a right to life when I cannot afford to go to hospital. The hospital cannot serve me. Right to life, I don't have the best knowledge. I don't have better education. Because my right to life is when I'm educated, I will live a good life. And I'll have long life to live. You understand? I mean, like I said all day, there are villages. I mean, pretty soon people I will give you names. I will even send you videos where I interview women who are serving as traditional midwives. What they're experiencing in those part of Liberia. Imagine your mother, your sister is pregnant 7, 8 months, 6 months. She has close to 7, 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours to walk from the village and come to the nearest health center to seek medical attention. Is that not a concern? And I will always say this on the platform: our leaders need to be concerned about our well-being. They should forget about themselves. No matter who are you, no matter what are you, what person or what kind of person, your first priority is the well-being of the people. It's not about you that you must argue that I must ride a vehicle that worth $45,000 in this country. Why should you do that? I would prefer. I mean, everybody should be riding any car less than $10,000, and we get enough land
Mm-hmm.
put in for the vehicle. He has to supply the vehicle, drive to you, and take you to your county where you have to go. If you're in Morovia, the car you want to use for government to you should be anything less than $10,000. No more than 10,000. Right in Morovia here. If you need to go to Lofa or Grand Gila or Sano, where the roads now go, we can get a fuel vehicle at GSA. Vehicle, they assign a driver to you, they fuel the car, the driver carry the log with vehicle with a log, and come and report. People gotta get account or public fund. I don't understand why we want to manage this country with people giving account. It may become minister or a big government official. It may doesn't want to pay tax, doesn't want to pay anything. You want everything free. Why should you give somebody $300 for scratch card? Where I work, I take $30 every month for phone card, $30 every month, both voice and data. And it takes me through the period. Right now, I'm using data that it can take me for the next 4 or 5 days. I can add to that to be on the show. But why should you give a public official $300, $200 for phone card? To do what? To call where? To
Yeah.
call how many persons? And people at the work I do calls from morning from 7 o'clock in the morning, probably up to 7 or 8 in the night. I'm in contact people across the left and breadth of Liberia. The time that I have him on phone does not get expired. So we have to think as a people to know what to and what is our people well-being. And not about us to just serve ourselves as leaders. No. If we do that, we're not going to make progress in the country. You know? I mean, people are the war in 2004, right? We've gone almost like 20 years now. Imagine those kids that were born 2004. Today they're 20 years old. What have they grown up seeing in this country? What
Nothing.
can they boast of as a 20-year-old child compared to a 20-year-old child in Ghana or Sierra Leone or Cote d'Ivoire or even the US or in London or other places? How can a 20-year-old child in Liberia compare himself with some person from that place who was born right after the war? 2004 you were born. And you have gone 20 years in Liberia. What have you achieved as a young person? The whole country is just populated people walking around from place to place. If you so now stand into the Pittsburgh red light area, you see young men, young women, older people just moving around like wandering. You know, what are we
Yeah.
considering about people well-being? We need to work. We need to get our young people to work, meaningful income. So once there is high unemployment, we will continue to experience crime,
Exactly.
and all of things happening in this country. So I mean, people, we will talk some. I'm hoping that Liberian leaders that are those that are in charge now will take time to listen to these platforms so that they can listen to our views. If our views make sense to them, they can help them to incorporate that into their policy making process. But we have How many are we in this country? Approximately 6 million people.
Right.
How long does it take to play for 6 million people in this country? How long does it take? Our poor country,
Well,
we are just 10 million.
let's go to
You know,
Sylvester. Welcome, Sylvester. Good to see you. Uh, the
Uh,
speaker, the speaker returned today to the Capitol. The president returned to Liberia today, and uh, it seemed there's a group from the speaker that went to the LCC to file a complaint against those who bribe them with money and stuff. I'd like to hear your take on that. What's going on?
yes, thank you, Dr. Peabody, and let me say a wonderful good evening to Johnny also, and to all of our very resilient listeners. Before I get to that, Peabody, let me just take some time off today to say to you, I came on the show particularly today to actually pay tribute to one of my hero and a mentor and like the person that introduced us to politics and served as a very a serious father figure to us and a mentor. We lost Senator Professor Sumo Kupi today.
Wow.
I'm really, really devastated. And we started this whole journey in 2005. Then a very, very young man, very young, in my very early 20s. And then when we started this process, he mentored us through the process. He was one of those very someone that stood for integrity and a very intense and intentional person. One of the best development economists. He he tutored a lot of folks. We all went on his tutorage, and then the rest of that. And we lost him today. It's a massive blow to us. It's a massive blow to the country. It's a massive blow to Lofa County. And I think I just want to say his great legacy, the legacy he left behind. We as his children, those that follow him, those that believe in him, and those that he impacted at the level of the University of Liberia, and the role he played on behalf of Lofa County and the country as from the bigger perspective, we will always protect his legacy. We hope his legacy will indeed. What we want to say is also thank you to the Senator of Grand Pastor County, a very good friend to the late Senator. He was all there today to ensure that it remains were deposited at the Samuel Stratford Funeral Home. I mean, it's a massive blow to us, and so I thought to take this time to actually remember him. And I ask you the closing argument to join us in saying, remember this great son and this professor and this great administrator. He played a lot of role in the Liberian government from the level of the Ministry of Finance, where he served as Commissioner of Income Tax, he served as Commissioner of Custom, he served as former Deputy Governor of the National Bank, served at the level of Senator of Lofa, Senior Senator for 9 years, and then Managing Director of the Liberian Petroleum Refining Company, LPRC, for I think 3 years, and the rest of that during Madam Sirleaf administration and all. He played his role. He's a consummate administrator, a very great professor, a disciplinarian, and this kind of a person he was. So my almost 2.5 decades that I interacted with him, he was known to be one of those individuals that really impacted us across the board. So I want to say, Prof, may your soul rest in peace and life perpetual continue to shine on you. So I just thought, gentlemen, to bring this out, and thank you for allowing me the time to say this. Johnny may know some of the story. He created the platform for us. Bob Gizzy, Ben Sanvee, the rest of the folks, and the rest of that. I mean, he was a very passionate teacher, and we will always miss him. Yes, we will always miss him. And yeah, back to the issue of what is unfolding about politics today in the country. I mean, and I like what is unfolding now is the fact that the LDCC is trying to dip into this process. It's important that the LDCC will have to go into it because it's a violation of the laws of Liberia. This is one of the issues in other countries, Great Britain, the United States of America, they take very seriously this issue of bribery and the rest of that. So if the LDCC were to go into this and try to dig more deeper, and I will hope that they will take this process from that angle and deep and find out who is offering the bribery and who is receiving it. because the person that is receiving it is equally as guilty as the person that is also offering it. So we need to go to this. But one thing I want to call on the speaker is that, Mr. Speaker, we have to be very focused on this process. If you and there's we've been having different information coming in. There was a time we heard that from Ben, what Ben stated that they have commissioned audit already. No audit have been commissioned. I heard from Melvin Cole that audit will be commissioned. So audit have not yet been commissioned. So we have to understand what is basically the issue that is unfolding in the House, that the Speaker did not, because Clarence Guy is alleging here that, and I want the Speaker to speak to this fact, while he is condemning the issue that is unfolding, that the process about what they are alleging the Speaker, the Clarence Guy is saying the Speaker can the Speaker receive a certain amount of money in the tune of almost $7 million, and the Speaker cannot account for $4 million. So I will hope that the audit be commissioned and they move into the process. The first thing they started to do was to put into place this issue about system audit. Now, and the system audit is different from conducting the financial audit yet. System audit is meant to just put system in place. For instance, do we have virtual system in place? Are we now beginning the process to say we are trying to issue a voucher? This voucher will have this number, that number, and there will be a system in place to say this is how we're going to go about performing those rules. So if it is established that those things have not been yet put into place, I will call the Speaker to show those things. But if those guys that are involved into these things about bribery, the laws of our country should expose them, and we try them, and they bear the pinch of the law. That's clear. Quickly before I land here, Johnny, here's why I would disagree with you. Again, I will always say this to you when we're having private conversation. The process of a government is not like in the interior, in the village where you and I play major role from, where we live our village life. In the village, we have paramount chief, town chief. Even the town chief, people can work. You see the rest of the young people will come together, go brush the town chief farm. What I'm trying to say here, there's no way you can get $10,000 to buy a vehicle for government officials. That means you buy a vehicle every 6 months. That's not feasible. And I understand we can say, oh, the country, no, that's a country. $10,000. New style we have around. How many of you? That is unfair to come out and say government officials should write 10,000 cars. No, it's not. At least the amount of 45,000 brand new vehicle, you can give a time to say 5, 6, 7 years they can carry those vehicles. It is not possible to get up 10,000. That is not. And we ought to be, when we're trying to bring government officials to book, we ought as citizens to be honest to the discourse. It is you, the vehicle you ride. You tell me $10,000 vehicle. Can you get a brand new vehicle for $10,000? It's not possible. So I agree that we need to put into place the system of management. We need to fight the process of fraud with an abuse. To fight fraud with an abuse, we have to put into place workable mechanism that can instruct the bodies. That's what we're saying. At least 45,000 to 50,000 vehicles. It is acceptable. That is acceptable for our official government to use in a way manner that they can conduct their affairs. So for 10,000, that's not possible. Where you going to get 10,000 vehicles that anybody can use for even that amount of time the way you want to use it? No. So, but as we progress on the show, we're going to position ourselves in different areas to produce to impact the process. But I will think that it is good thing that the Speaker is back, and the Speaker will now have to join his colleagues. Don't be combative. Join your colleagues to ensure that you get the job of the Liberian people executed. That's what I will stop for now.
Tomalin, welcome, man.
Yes, guys, good to see everyone. Johnny and Pewee. Yes, let me also join Pewee in paying a glowing tribute to Professor Sumo Kupi. I remember when I was at the AME University, he was the professor there too. He taught at LUN over there too. And indeed, Liberia have lost a great public servant. He has impacted the lives of a lot of young people and people that are in government today. He impacted their lives through his teaching. And so, my condolences to the family and to the people of Lofa. They lost a great son, and that's someone that will always be in the hearts of the people of our country, especially the university that he taught. So I just heard about his death when Pewee announced it, but I did not know. That's a shocking news for me. Indeed, he was a great person, and he will surely be missed. But on the issue of the training issues that are unfolding in the country, a lot have happened over the last 48 to 72 hours. I know the speaker arrived in the country, and I know the speaker's party, the CDC, was locked up in a closed-door meeting today for several hours. After the meeting, everyone remained tight-lipped, not to review the discussions from the meeting. I'm also aware that a group of lawmakers from the Unity Party, I think they went to with the leadership. I think they went to the president this morning, meet with the president, and I'm told that he refused to have audience with them. I don't know why, but he refused to meet with them, uh, and there are a lot of stuff going back and forth. I also listened to the VOA interview this morning with the LCC executive chair, Councillor Alexandra Zoe. She had a great interview with Jim Botte. And then witness Representative Collins presenting the report, formal complaint to the LCC to investigate, along with the money involved.
Augustine Michaels, EP.
Along with the money that was reportedly given to him. And with that, the speaker had a press conference. I think other people have been speaking. Yeah, they're yonder. But the whole thing is somehow still complicated. People are doing counter stuff going on right now. So it's very important that we'll see what happens tomorrow. Because I was told by a lawyer today, a constitutional lawyer today, who told me that tomorrow, if there's a quorum, the session will go on. And I expect to see tomorrow the speaker presiding. On his left, the deputy speaker Fala, based on the CDC, they're both from the same party. And the CDC have already intervened, I think. I expect to see them tomorrow, both of them sitting side by side. What we're looking at tomorrow is, I was told that perhaps a representative will come here tonight and tell us more about it, but I was told that if 26% decides tomorrow to walk up, that will be the session they cannot continue the session. But it will be based on the request to put the petition on the floor, on the agenda. If the speaker refuses to take it up, they plan to walk out and so forth. But until it is on the floor, so that they can go into whatever allegations and the due process will take its course. So tomorrow we'll be watching for a lot of stuff to see what happens. But I still see that the fight is on, and the ball is in the court of several leaders. If President Garguah wants the agenda to continue to go forward, he needs a legislature. And if they will be at a stalemate, he needs to step in and decide. I mean, wait, man, he got to get involved. Okay. And up to now, I've not seen why he want to work with the speaker. They have a good working relationship since the last 10 months. So we'll be watching to see what happens. But as we speak tonight, a lot of discussions are taking place, a lot of meetings going on. People are doing a lot of stuff going on right now to see what happens. But the country is at a standstill, in the sense that the first branch of government, the people's house, is in a complete how you call it, at a standstill because until tomorrow. So right now, I think we will. For me personally, I will take a calm approach yet until tomorrow's session ends. But another thing that came to my mind is the issue about the official issue about the bribery, the money that was used to allegedly used to influence the removal of the speaker. We're told it came from Transport Ministry and Water and Sewer. I don't know, but I know the Water and Sewer MD. I know they wrote a letter to LCC, but I was texting him on Saturday, and he told me he said yes, I received money to remove the speaker, and I told him, I said, it's not a joke. You can't tell me that it's a joke. You the MD, you telling somebody in the media that you receive money to remove the speaker. I said, these are serious things you're saying. You don't play with it. But then your next day, I see your agency writing letters saying that they're all lies. But yet you're telling me that you texted me and tell me, say, yes, I asked you a question, and your response is yes. I received money. I pay money to remove the speaker. What and so I pay money, and I'm saying it, and you can't tell me say you're being sarcastic or joke. I won't take it because I don't have it like that to say you're playing joke with me. But I hope to see what happens. But it's a serious thing, and I hope that LSC will look into it. And before I end Peabody, what I'm surprised, I'm taking it back right now is the fact that all the various civil organizations, the various groups in the country, they are silent. The Liberian Council of Churches, they are silent. The Liberian National Student Union, LINSU, the various civil organizations, they're all silent when all these things are taking place in the country. And this is time for them to step out and speak. So far, I think the ANC have issued a statement. The Liberian People's Party issued a statement. And yet and still, we need to hear from the other interest groups in the country to add a voice on what's happening in the country. It's a serious thing. And if it's not handled well, the country could be plunged into chaos. So I hope we can discuss it in detail and as the show progress.
Yeah, but Tomalin, one thing I've noticed is that this has been going on since last week. There have not been any official statement from the executive, the president, just coming. I mean, not really taking side, but calling. Some other leaders will call them and say, "Look, I expect you guys to, in the interest of the country, put aside, different." But he's not saying anything. He's not. Nothing has been said from the executive, and he's the president of the country. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I think the executive should speak on something like this because what happened on last Thursday was a complete chaos in our country. This could have led to a major crisis in our country. To see the lawmakers fighting, taking money, cussing, and stuff like that, and the entire country was almost disrupted, could get disrupted because of that. But the president have said absolutely nothing, and that's what kind of surprised me to me.
Yeah, and about it, look, you raise a good point, and the fact of the matter is that I listened to the president interview. I think when he arrived in the country, and to be honest with you, I was taken aback. There's no way what's happening in the country, the president could not have even pretend to say he pretend to comment on it. But the interview was only about his trip to the Vatican. And pray tell me, even if the journalist did not even ask him the question, he should have said, well, I'm concerned about what happened in the country. He should have said something. But the president, the interview, I watched the interview from the start to finish, and nothing was mentioned about what's happening in the country. Mm-hmm. So and people who were texting, some people were texting, like a lot of questions came into play. How in the world, especially so, the president with the speaker at the Vatican, the both were in Italy together, and when this issue came about for the speaker removal, the president arrived in the country. He been interviewed. He couldn't tell me, he couldn't break his silence on and say, well, even though the question he wasn't asked the question, but he'll say, well, I want to also tell the Liberian people that I'm concerned about what's happening at the Capitol, because there are three distinct branches of government, but they coordinate.
Of course.
And to say that he will not even break his silence to say something, even if you pretend to say something, but that was mind-boggling. And when I found out the president didn't even mention about it, was concerning. Questions that mounted about that. Why would he not even comment on it? So I don't know. I think it was very concerning that the president did not even break his silence on the issue up to now. The only statement I heard so far from the government was when President Weah issued a statement last week. The deputy minister, the acting minister of information at the time, responded. He was going personal with the former president, but that's not a response. You know, you should have said something, but instead of address the issue, you were going personal with the former president, but it took the whole team out. But that is concerning that the executive branch have not said nothing about what's going on, and you can't tell me that they are not in the know what's happening. I mean, there's no way. Especially he's the head of the Unity Party. The entire block of the Unity Party in the House are the ones who pushing this, and they are pushing it, and it undermines his own agenda too. He needs to say something. He can't tell me that he ain't. And to be honest with you, Speaker Kofa, since he became Speaker, he have not obstructed the Unity Party agenda. He has everything they sent over there have gone through. That's one reason why some of the colleagues are even mad that everything they post sent it, just let it go through. But I think he's trying to get a balance because he's dealing with three blocks: the rescue block, the CDC block, and the independent block. And so he has treated very carefully and making sure that he now struck the president's agenda. So it's just surprising that the president would not even comment on it when you're having an interview.
Yeah, it's
Yes, Sylvester here. Quickly, Tomalin, you struck a very important point just now. The fact that the president even invited the speaker to travel here on the street, and then in his absence or in their absence, this whole saga unfolded. I thought the president, as the leader of the country, should have commented on it. See, while we were away along with the speaker, and the speaker was very calm to have traveled with me, we heard this that there are certain folks trying to detune the speaker. And it's alleged that people from the executive also aid. Then you send the warning signal. If anyone in the executive is part of this process, then you first and foremost distance your government from this whole process. You distance the government from this process. That my government, I intend to inform the Liberian people that my government is absolutely no part of this alleged plot to detune the speaker. However, I'm calling on those that have been on doing this kind of a situation that it is wrong, it is illegal. We should use the legal path in the country. And anyone involved in bribery, the Justice Ministry will come after you, and the laws of the country want to be. I mean, that would have been the way to start. And folks have said that, hey, I think this is clear. You will have exonerated totally the government participation in this process, alleged participation in this process, or alleged involvement in this process. Then you open room for the situation. So I thought basically that's what you have done. But that's a very important point you struck there. I thought to make this point also.
Yeah, Johnny. Yes, the president traveled with the speaker. We're all on the same trip. Apart from that, he's the president of the country. Well, all the power of Johnny is out. All the power invested in him. He's the leader. And it has been alleged that some of his government officials funded this attempted rebel activities by the rebel lawmakers. It's been alleged. And he should have come up to say something. He has not said nothing. It speaks to me as if the president is having a disconnect with the country. I mean, he doesn't know what's going on. It's a complete disconnect. Thing happening in the country. Why the people would have fought there on Friday and people would have died or something would have happened. Is that how you would come back in the country and just be quiet, don't say anything about it? It seems that he has a disconnect here to me. Like he doesn't know what's going on. I don't know who's the security advisor, who should be briefing him on what's happening in the country or what's going on. It appears that the vice president is totally out of touch, and what's happening in the house. But let's get back to the point here, Tony. The House. They came up with some things, or they're gonna impeach Fonati, they're gonna do this and all of that. You know, Fonati have worked with the Unity Party government. Everything he wanted, they have given he have given it to them. In fact, he's very close, and stuff like that. But people are saying that while they were out, this was all orchestrated. They have planned it. Oh, you travel with the president, we invite you on a trip, and then in the end, we have people doing things in the back. My point here is, what does the lawmaker want? You know, what do they want? What do they need? Why do they go back and do such thing to the country? And tomorrow nobody knows what's going to happen. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Whether they're going to be there or have the number not to remove the speaker and all of that. What touch on the to me the president inability. I mean, the reason I say that he have a lot of disconnect with the country. Look at since he removed the EPS folks, he had not put in no replacement. Commerce Ministry is very vital to our country. He had not even tried to, name a minister. I heard the deputies acting, so but the drugs is very, very bad for our country. Every day, people are moving across the nation with the bridge, everywhere with drugs. And this president, for the last 3 months, removed the EPA director. The acting have resigned, and no decision has been reached. I mean, does this seem like a disconnect here, Tony, to you?
Buddy, since June, the drug enforcement agency have been with all heads. The three top officials, the head, the deputy, two deputies have been suspended by the president with all pay. We had acting the director was there. He just resigned. We put another acting director there. The Ministry of Commerce is still all minister. The Liberian ambassador to the United Nations, she resigned. You come to where again? Another place again, somewhere else. Yeah. Well, all of these things are happening, and we're still watching to see what happens. But again, the issue in voting at the Capitol building is serious, and something has to happen before it comes to stability. Now, the LCC is on it. We know the investigation has started, and I have high regards for the executive director of the LCC, Councilor Alexandra Zoe. She's a very professional young lady, a consummate lawyer of integrity, and she's not someone who will say, "Well, I'll be afraid of the House or the executive or wherever the case, wherever the facts lead that will lead she and her team. They want to go there, and they will come and go after the facts." But the first thing is that for the fact that lawmakers took it upon themselves to sign a petition to remove the speaker, and I hear most of them saying, "Oh, I signed it because the reason given." Yeah, then they don't say, "I've taken my signature back because we're not going through the right process." And people are saying money was given, and people are saying, "I didn't receive money." Look, somebody, and watch what's happening. Somebody will come out and say, "Well, here's the evidence. And I can tell you the day you give me the money, who gave me the money, whatever the case, and it will come to the forefront." And people, but before, if they want this thing to end quietly, I'll say again, they can make other peace. At the end of the day, someone must be held accountable. Someone who are involved in this thing, which side, depending on which side of the aisle you find yourself, either expulsion, prosecution should take place. Okay, that bribery that took place. It's something that happened in our country. Happening during every snow time, you were removed, and they can tell me we know that one that people led that particular removal process. Money was involved with the executive, and Speaker Tyler, he fought his own. Finally, the money was involved again. He got removed. And that's why people are looking at the executive branch, that they're saying that they have impact part to play in this removal, and so it's a fight. But my thing is this, Barry and Johnny, what if Why if uh, this thing turn into a situation where there's chaos and a protest come from all of this stuff? People get mad and say, "You guys are," because all the story coming out of the legislature now, all the money that are being involved for the last 18 to 20 years coming out now. People say, "Oh no, we're tired. We can't stand this." And it's a protest, and the people remain in the street and until somebody had to intervene and say, "Well, we got to go discuss the thing now." So people got to be very careful. I told some of my friends, I said, "Look, you guys are saying, oh yeah, they remove the speaker. They will remove the speaker." I said, if the speaker and his team play the cards well, or if the public they are not happy, they can get mad and say, "Look, the entire legislature they have lost confidence in them, and they're going to remain at the Capitol public on a public disturbance until they find out that until something happens." That's why it's important. It's key that the president gets involved. He gets involved by either trying to talk to the leadership of the House, including his party officials, like party members are involved, to see how best and amicably resolve it. If they say, "Well, my hand not inside, I'm not part of that branch," they're gonna the consequences will be very severe. It's important that the president all get involved. But the last time the speaker said the last time, I think he said that in the next by Tuesday he hopes to stabilize the situation on his gavel. So we look forward to the speakers saying that the whole thing will be stabilized on his gavel by tomorrow. So tomorrow is very important. We'll see what happens tomorrow. But these are serious time in our country that we should not just take for granted. Everyone must get involved. Everyone must speak out.
Exactly. Johnny, welcome. I guess we're asking you a question and you left, but why do you think the president haven't spoken on this issue? You're muted, Johnny.
Sorry. Peabody, now Tomalin and Pewee, and the public listening, our viewers and followers in the various medium of communication. This is what we have. All that's unfolding today in Liberia is not strange. This was during the elections. People discuss the campaign, they discuss the potential of individuals that will provide leadership for this country. And the Liberian people decided to vote for the people that are in power today as our leaders. So, well, maybe the person has his own time to intervene. But like Pewee and Tomalin said, I think it was something that would have been a first statement before making a full statement, but make a first upon arrival. You invited the speaker to travel along with you to Italy. In my assumption, man, I assume that he invited the speaker to travel with him to Italy, and the speaker was with him when this thing began to happen in the back in Morovia in their absence, both of them. So if this had been Johnny serving as president, is firstly upon my return to the country is to ask for calm, and even though prerogative it is the first branch of government, but ask for calm in this branch of government and call on those that are directly under my supervision, the executive branch of government officials, call on them and warn them against getting involved with what is happening in the legislature, especially the lower house, and probably call on his party chairman to call for a party meeting with his party officials or party caucus to discuss the issues that are unfolding, to have a first-hand information as a president, not to necessarily intervene individually, I mean personally, but just to understand what's happening in the lower house, because the president is the chief executive of the state. We may have three distinct, branches of government, to coordinate and work for the people of Liberia, but he is the CRC, commander in chief, meaning that whatever happens within any other sector of the government that may lead to insecurity or may have the potential of bringing about some level of down law and order, it concerns the presidency. So I thought, he would have done that upon his first statement. But again, everybody have style. We have proactive leadership style and we have the passive leadership style. Probably the old man is finally in the category of being passive. Take his time. Maybe by next week, he will listen. Maybe what we discuss now may may bring him and his people around him, to the to their attention, to probably make a statement next week about what's happening in the country. This is a national issue, and frankly speaking, it's a national issue. But because you asked this question to me, people that I thought to talk about this thing, but frankly speaking, I have decided personally not to get involved what is going on now because what is happening now in the legislature is not in the best interest of Liberian people. It is not at all to remove Kofa or to keep Kofa. It's not in Liberian people's interest. Liberian people have issues, burning issues they need to handle. We have burning issues of unemployment in this country. We have burning issues of poor health, burning issues of bad road condition in almost like 70% of the country or 80% of the country. People now are finding it difficult to travel to Leeward counties where there are no good roads and to get to from one point to another point. You know, and people are going through difficult times now. So I would have thought that our legislature that is comprised of the people's representation who give priority to what they want to do. On our constitution, Article Chapter 2, Article 7, it says the Republic shall consistent with the principles of individual freedom and social justice enshrined in this constitution manage the national economy and the natural resources of Liberia in such manner as shall ensure the maximum feasible participation of Liberian citizens, condition for equality as to advance the general welfare of Liberian people and the economic development of Liberia. Those are things they should be focused on. I thought that by being in this position, your guide is your constitution. The constitution provides a framework of governance in this country. That's what they should be guiding themselves by to go about doing what people wanted to do. So if their action against Kofa is about Kofa refusing to include or to accept a bill that will improve Liberian people way of living condition, that will improve the economy, that will impact health, education, and all the things that will affect the well-being of the people, then the Garguah grammar. I mean, I mean, frankly speaking, brothers on the show, because what happened there, except maybe if new things come about and it will concern us to talk about, but I think we should try to even divert our this conversation now on this show to other issues that are concerned now. And let just switch topic a little bit. I mean, seriously, let's switch topic to something else. Because the guys, I just speaking to you, my brother, I feel disappointed in the guys. I mean, this is not what we put. This is not why we let them for to go in the house there to have the kind of argument. I mean, you've gone almost 5-10 days making argument that we should making progress as a nation. We're always behind. Our country is behind those that are behind. Then we say here, I think like we're doing some good thing. I see when I look at the social media, I follow the viral video clips. I see everyone trying to show up power, show that something. I mean, that's not being democratic, man. You know? I mean, look at what Matthew Code did.
Uh,
You lock the place up. That's not
excuse
also
me,
democratic. You cannot.
Peabody. I
Yeah.
have about Luther Collins, the representative who brought the issue to the full public about the issue, money
Yeah.
issue, and he went at the LCC today. Honorable Collins, welcome to the closing argument.
Thank you, Tomalin.
Yes. First of all, I want to say how are you doing, because I just learned that you are receiving threatening messages. You are being threatened. Can you please speak to that?
Yes, for the past days, I've been receiving text messages to my phone regarding the same situation. Oh my, that's life, I don't control my own existence. My existence is directly in the hands of God. What I do know is that what is necessary, I always see myself being involved in doing the right thing rather than, seeking the wrong direction. So I'm okay.
Peabody, you got any questions? And for the
Honorable
representative?
Collins, thank you so much. Let me also commend you for being a patriot, very brave man to have come up and just bring that corruption to light, that broad day robbery, broad day corruption, and bring it to light. Let me commend you for bringing that and going to the LECC and reporting that. Some people will say, you know what, I'm going to take this money and I'm just going to enjoy myself. But you stood out among all those folks and you brought this to light so that Liberian people would know, Liberian people would know what's going on. But would you mind telling the Liberian people at this time how that money came about, if you are aware of the source of that money?
To be frank with you, I've got no knowledge. But what I can tell you is that the colleagues who brought forth this money or who brought in this money will be the one to answer best to that.
Okay.
And I know within myself that within no time they can even afford giving Frank Collins the amount of $1,000, not to speak of $14,800 or $15,000. So they know the source. That is why we want the rifle arm to take siege of the matter so that we go further. If I had any knowledge as to where they took this money from, I would have gone writing a formal complaint asking the LHCC and our international partner to take siege of the matter.
I'm calling here. The speaker is back. Somebody got to mute. The speaker is back in the country, and you were among all those who were brave enough to come up and bring that to light. But talk to us. What is happening now? How is the process? Folks want to remove the speaker. They have one block, and you guys are on the side of the speaker. All of that. Just bring us to light. What is happening now? What do you think going to happen tomorrow?
Well, I can assure you that yesterday, day before yesterday removal is not going to be. You cannot match this one with it. We're going to resist, and we are asking the Liberian people to stand with us. If we say we want to fight corruption, we all got to put hands together to fight corruption. I feel the removal of the speaker is completely unconstitutional, it's completely diabolical, it's completely wrong. It is like a desiccant on the part of any lawmaker. We know our rules. It's better we go according to the rules and constitution. We don't care if people have qualm. That's those are the remnant of what we get in the world. Everybody does not have to have the same mind, the same thinking, the same feeling. But the law is there. If we should do, let us do according to the law. You don't have to. You cannot say you're fighting corruption at the same time you're breeding corruption. We are tired with this play issue in this country. Yesterday when the removal of other speaker, it came from the side of the very country that we are in. Because citizens in Liberia, they don't like to stand when it is necessary for them to stand. And I feel that this is the time that we shouldn't close our eye and say it is their business. It is our business. Can you imagine how old we are? We came to existence when this country was already in existence, and we listen to story and we observe things. These are the things that are making us not to grow. Many people coming to me, you have to take time with your life. Your life is involved and blah blah blah. You know how either the late representative Lauren died. You know how this other person died. I said, well, I do not have control on my own existence. But what I can tell you is that the Liberian people, if they are serious enough, this is the time for them to stand up. President Joseph Yuma Boakai have said it. There should be no business as usual. And I feel I am 100% in support of the president. I am 100% in support of the growth and development of Liberia. So I wouldn't choose to go the contrary. So I'm asking the Liberian people, if you ask me what is going on or what is my take, I will tell you that now is the time that the Liberian people should know what is good and what is bad. Now is the time for the Liberian people to stand up for their rights. Now is the time for the Liberian people to say we are tired. We need change and we need positive change.
All right, let's go to Johnny. Johnny has a question. And then Robert.
So thank you, Honorable Corey, for coming on the show, and thank you, Tomalin, for getting him on. Honorable, I would like to know from you, how is this whole process going to impact Liberia? What do you think will happen to Liberia with all the things happening? What impact does it have on the country?
My brother, if I was ever fortunate or I ever had the privilege to be a president, I will be one of the desperate presidents. Probably I may not even serve for one term or even a half term, because I would prosecute and execute people whenever they go wrong.
What?
I will prosecute and execute people whenever they go wrong. And because these things are not happening, so people muster the courage to do this thing. And I mean, we will continue to live in filthy environment because we go in bed with the very people. So how do we expect to improve our country? How do we expect to develop our country? I mean, the Liberian people got eyes to see. They got feelings. They see what happened. $22 million. We should be speaking as to what happened, even if they said they did not use the $22 million. Well, they want to use what is the impact that we are getting. Those are the questions. It hurt me when we put 100 million in the budget for Emerald Hospital. Today, I'm receiving call that there is no hospital. I mean, no medicine in the hospital. Can you imagine that? 400 million, you give 30,000 for a hospital there, the Emerald Hospital in Babolu County. I cannot go follow in my district because of bad rule. I mean, let me just say no rule.
So, Honorable Corey, I mean, I work a lot in Babolu. How is the health condition now in Bele Fasama?
I wish I had the opportunity to have visited there during the rainy season. But I can tell you it's a challenge. If the Emerald Hospital, that somebody can easily even get there, all right, there is no medicine. What do you make of the health facility in Fasama? We put money in the budget. There is no maternity waiting home. So that was my own legislative project. The money that was put in the budget was aimed at building 2 maternity waiting home. We need to see that the amount our people was denied of the amount. It's frustrating.
Okay, so you see, I brought these things. Yeah, so
I will tell you that Bele Fasama Health clinic or facility is in a deplorable condition. There is no one drug there.
Okay, so you see, I brought this thing all to say because I know, I mean, I'm speaking from the fact that you just confirmed and also my experiences I've had across the length and breadth of Liberia. And that's why I'm on this show saying that the whole issue that's going on in legislature is actually not in the best interest of Liberian people. Because with these prevailing conditions in Bele Fasama, which is one of the most remote part of Liberia, and human beings there, we are close to almost like 20,000 people living in that place or more, and they don't have access to medical facility in that place. Then people who we have elected us, how is this whole rigmarole, in the best interest of us? I mean, I'm going to let you know that whatever is happening in legislature, I don't think the people are happy with you guys about what you guys are doing there. You guys need to find a way to resolve it as early as possible and put our business back on the table. Liberian people business should be the priority of you guys in the house. Thank you.
Robert?
Robert.
Let me just say that it is not only left with we in the legislature.
Exactly.
That's why I keep calling on the Liberian citizens themselves, on our people. You saw what happened in Kenya. It was not only left with the House of Representatives. The citizens themselves get up and they make sure that those things that they wanted to see happen. So I will also add my voice to reawaken our citizens. Let them see reason that they got voice, they got power. They are the one voting. We are just menu portion that happen to find a way in the legislature. So they also got part to play. Because so many of them were singing the campaign song, the slogan of the message they carry around. Now today we are seeing it. We all need to come together and fight what we call corruption. You see, because they have given breeding ground, that is why people will think on doing those things. But if the citizen will hear a little thing that, that is being directed to corruption and they stand up against it, I'm sure people will start to have a refined mind and address and approach issue according to the will and pleasure of the people, not their own will.
Robert?
Thank you, Representative Collins. Quick question. I read your formal complaint to LSCC. Quick question. In that complaint, did you mention precisely who you got the money from? The source of the money?
Of course, I said the money in particular was given to me by two of our colleagues, Representative James Koller and Clarence Guar of Margibi County. James Koller of Bon County and Clarence Guar of Margibi County. I got an audio, and the audio is all on social media. I'm sure you have listened to it. I'm sure you can draw your own conclusion on that. And I'm sure the Liberian people also are capacitated to draw their own conclusion.
Yeah, the reason why I asked that question was I also listened to the press conference of the what they were called anti for Nati Kofi. In their resolution, they mentioned that for anyone to come out, or for one person to come out, run to his vehicle, tip 15 or 14K to say that it was given to them by this person without a single recording or video of them actually receiving the money from this individual was misleading. So apparently they're coming up with this narrative that you have no proof that you actually collected the money from Kola, because there's no video, there's nothing showing, and I'm sure they're going to run with that narrative. Other than that, what else do you guys have to show that this funding or this came from the individual and those that have been alleged to be involved? Do you guys have anything else other than what you shared from your vehicle to show that?
Except that the justice system will take the trench that was taken in the case with former Chief Justice. But I know that the situation, we had a spot that this situation occur. I know we have recording. I know I make sure that I contacted a few people that was you can get to them. They will tell you, they can verify that yes, indeed, I approached them and they were part of it. I did not just go shrinking in and going to Clarence Guy, Representative Guy, and Representative James Fuller for them to give me money. I know in the Eastern, I was being called low because I managed to make my way through with the so-called resolution and the money. So that's it. I'm not an investigator, but I'm sure they got people who are trained for that. If they are willing to see like ground fortune ahead, they will do the needful. But I can tell you, I've done my part, and we cannot be crying corruption, and at the same time we go into bed with corruption. So that's just it. That's what I can say.
Yes, ma'am.
They can see, they can feel, they can hear. So it left for them.
Here's my last question. Tomorrow's section are just twofold. Are you attending tomorrow's section? Do you intend to be in tomorrow's session? I'm
fully prepared to do the work for the Liberian people. That's what they elected me for.
Okay, well, and then also,
I'm supposed to be traveling. I'm on the Pan-African Parliament. I'm supposed to be traveling before Saturday. So the only way my travel will be possible when things are stabilized. So if things are not civilized, I think I may not go. But I can tell you that I'm prepared. I'm here, willing to do the Liberian people piece of job.
Also, last question. Tomorrow's section is highly anticipated. We don't know exactly what to expect, but it seems like from our indication, those lawmakers will put on the floor. They will test the strength of the numbers that they have. Do you guys, for those of you guys who backed the speaker, are you guys assured of the numbers you need to keep Fonati Kofa as Speaker of the House of Representatives tomorrow, if that vote is taken on the floor?
You see, it's two ways. I'm not so particular about the number where I sit. What my concern is to speak to our colleagues. I know some people, they are signed a resolution, the so-called resolution. I can call that meeting agenda. That meeting agenda was being signed unknowingly to some people. What do I mean? Probably the explanation was not fully given to them, because I think you saw other people statement on social media. I did not write those statements that you read and you are saying. So I'm just also concluding that probably because when you are connected, when you are so associated to a police, sometimes you let go some things. So I show that they came to work for the Liberian people. They didn't come to get involved in corrupt parties. So they will see reason that indeed it is not about individual, but it is about the entire country. And we are speaking to our colleagues. We got friends. Politics is not something that you should see white at all time and say it is black. If we got issue with the speaker, there are ways. There are ways. We got our rule. The Constitution is there. Apply it. Bring it forward. Implement it. Discuss it. It was sent by you. And the good thing about it is the speaker is not saying no to everything they have said. And I can tell you, you'll be surprised to know that even some of our colleagues who are on committee, and I start to ask myself, why are they putting committee issue in this so-called resolution? When you see most of our colleagues, I was speaking to you, I'm on election inauguration. That's why I'm sharing in the house. But I can tell you, since I got in that position, how many times do they have election in this country? I didn't come to the house to come and be on committee to give money for myself. Being on committee is to do check and balance. But some people own observation or their own thinking is different. And that is why I'm not so clear. And I'm even telling the speaker, if it is only because of committee, that somebody take my committee. Let them serve. I will serve the Liberian people. Let them serve on committee. If that is what they want, I will serve the Liberian people. You don't have to be on committee, as our colleagues have always said. One of our colleagues, Yeki Kolba, you don't have to be on committee before. Yeki Kolba was not on committee. You are overwhelmingly voted. I don't have to sit on committee.
Yes, honorable, I'm Sylvester Pewee. Let me say a wonderful good evening to you and the people of District Number 2, Bapolu. I want to take you from different angle of this process. Basically, the reason I have probably very few questions for you. I want you to tell this platform and the people of District Number 2, Bapolu County, and the rest of the 72 districts in the Republic, what kind of a person is Speaker Kofa? Is he a dictatorial person? Is he a corrupt person? Is he a individual? What kind of person, Speaker, you think he is?
Pewee, I can tell you for free, I did not go to the Speaker Kofa blog because Speaker Kofa knew me, or because Speaker Kofa supported me. I have been following Speaker Kofa in the House, in the 54th. I have been following Speaker Kofa involvement with development. And I can tell you, no day I haven't seen that. I see what, if you tell me about, telling you about Speaker Kofa, what is his weakness is that his weakness is people who digging his grave, he come down, beneath their foot or their feet. I can tell you, Speaker Kofa is a very intelligent and nice man. I admire him, and you even place a call to Speaker Kofa. He has not given me. I took upon myself, and I said I am going to vote for Speaker Kofa because I want balance of power. Because of his integrity that I know over the years that I've been hearing about him. If other people got problem with him in the past, where I may not have that same problem because he has not done it to me. But I can tell you that Speaker Kofa is down to ice.
Okay, thank you. And I wanted you to set the basis for. Yeah, I wanted you to set the basis, Honorable. Thank you very kindly. I wanted you to set the basis for this for my next question, and I thought that's what I asked. I was moving it in, and I love the way you answer. Now, my next question is: what is the basic reason, the primary reason you think those guys that are not signing the resolution? Now that you say he's a good man, he's a man that stands for principle. What is the reason, basically, you think those guys that are signing the resolution, what is their motivation?
Well, I think some of them are already start governing their own mind. Some will tell you that they decide to move Speaker Kofa because they feel as Speaker Kofa, the allocation of committee, they are not certified and they are not this. But I can tell you, my places of work gave me a lot of experience. I work with the United Nations, and sometimes I serve in a position that I'm not being paid for because I know all fingers are not equal. what belongs to you, no man can stop it. So I don't care whether I may be above you somehow, and in some places you tend to be above me. That's just life. So basically, I will not tell you exactly what their aim are, but I know that there are other people who got their godfathers who suggesting to them that you have to go this way. And those godfathers got their own interests. They're looking at it. So I can only tell you that the generic of this whole thing is people want to continue to plunge Liberia into danger. When these people get hold of the speakership, it means that all the financial matter, they're going to make sure they put their men there. And of course, you know that when we came into the House of Parliament, the budget, the 112 budget was being passed. And we passed the budget. You heard about budget authorization. You now heard about off-budget spending, which of course the Ministry of Finance is finding it difficult to pay people at the end of the month. Sometimes weeks will go. So just imagine if this happened, the country will be in serious crisis, financial crisis. So that's just what I can tell you. So I want Liberian people to know that this fight is not for Speaker Kofa, but the fight is for Liberia.
Okay, quickly, before my last question, before I let you go, Honorable, and I know you're a very basic person. Yes, but my last question is that, do you think that Honorable Kofa should compromise with these? I don't know if will you be okay if I use the word those guys are trying to remove the speaker if they are rebellious? Are you okay if I would say they are rebels?
What I can tell you is I'm again referring you to the Liberian people. I'm just one person.
No, in your thinking, what they're doing,
the Liberian people, in my case,
yeah, in your personal thing, believe. Yeah, I did. Okay, let me put it this way.
I wouldn't suggest to Speaker Kofa to bow down, because in my mind, Speaker Kofa will only be guilty when he has gone through due process. So until Speaker Kofa is being found guilty, then of course. But I would say, other than that, let us go through due process.
Okay, but the same question, therefore, quickly. Should the speaker restructure? Because I understand part of your rule, I'm not going to quote the exact rule, part of your rule gave the speaker the powers not to appoint committee members, even statutory committee members. Should the speaker move to reshuffle most of those that have betrayed the trust of the Liberian people?
So I just told you, I said, even me, if right now, if that is their quest, I'm willing to relinquish my committee to them. Let them come and spearhead election and inauguration. Probably they're going to put money in a budget for that, but I don't know. I don't know how it happened. So let them come and take my committee.
Representative Collins, before I let you go, let me just ask you. Okay, on the Liberian people want to know, right? How did you receive this money? When they were giving you the money, did they tell you? Did these guys tell you, say, well, the money is to remove the speaker, or they just saw you and said, let's give you this money? How it happened?
Timini George, are you the Timini George I know from Firestone?
Yes, I'm the one.
Okay, so this is not. Let us not just talk like, it's something that you have not heard. The video, the audio is all over the place. You will listen to the audio. You will listen to the exchange of conversation. So, as they were planning, we ourselves were planning to see how we can thwart the whole thing.
Okay.
So the audio is there. I'm not a computer analyst, because some of them have started telling the Liberian people it's a fake recording and what have you. But it's good that they got engineers, they got technicians. So whatever they say, investigation is needed. And the money in question, before it was given, we spoke about it. And they told me, one of my colleagues told me that he finally decided to go to the side of the number. For me, if even the number is growing in the legislature, and I know that that number is growing because I'm being subdued, I will not go for that. It better I remain out than going for the number. It is the Liberian people that I came to serve. I did not come to serve number.
Mr. Collins, thank you so much.
I'm going to ask him one more question, then he can go, Professor. Representative Collins. I understand that police went to Kennedy to inquire about you. Is that true? Did any police or any officer try to inquire about you?
Well, in my deliberation today, I made it clear to the LACC and that for a couple of days I've been receiving some threatening text messages, and so I would need security protection. I also spoke with the speaker. So on my way coming, this time I don't even stay up past 7. So on my way coming, I received call from a colleague of mine that I should please call to the police IG, and the speaker has spoken with him. So he will make some reservation for me, police reservation. So yes, I spoke with the IG, Honorable Garguah, and then he also sent one of his commander. Of course, he came to my house. And, that's a good thing. This time, it's not just easy for you to do things and think that it will not come up. That's why I say those days when they were moving Speaker Tyler, when they were moving Speaker Snow, you cannot compare. I can tell you that Speaker Tyler and Speaker Snow were not legally removed. But if you see sometimes the people are saying that the executive, because some people are following the process, if the executive get involved or member of the executive they get involved, sometimes it makes it difficult when they try to strangulate the Liberian public. Then you say, oh, my man, you just have to forget it and think that. But we don't want those kind of thing. If we continue to accept those things, it will continue to happen. And where are we going? Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. I can tell you, Speaker Tyler was not legally removed. Speaker Snow not legally removed. You heard Speaker Snow speaking on Spoon TV. But sometimes you give up. And if you start to give up, you will continue to give up and you will not reach your destination.
Do you think former Associate Justice was legally removed?
Well, by then I was not in the country. I was in the Darfur working with the United Nations. So I was not really following. I would not say yes. I would not say no. But one thing I can tell you is that my former senator, the late Daniel Fomo Nathan, he spoke against that the removal of Kabina Jani was unfair. It was not legal. I still remember that.
Well, do you believe, Honorable, do you believe the executive, they have something to play in this recent coup attempt to remove on the speaker?
I think hearing some names, you heard the transport ministry, you heard water and silver. They all are the fulcrum of the executive. So when you hear people talking about the executive, that's it.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Long after this.
I'm not telling you that. That's what I know. I'm speaking on what is trading now. I'm not saying that. Don't think that it's coming from me. I'm reading myself. I'm following.
Yes.
I'm reading the issue of water and sewer, the issue of transport ministry. I'm not the one that said it. Myself, I saw it, and they make the executive. So I just want you people to know that.
Want to say thank you, and long after this whole debacle ends, history will remember you, and your name will be in the history books for years to come. But when this movement came, the person who came forward to bring it to light was Representative Luther Collins from Babolu, and they will always, our children, our grandchildren, our children will read this in the history books when it comes. So wherever how it ends, like the posterity will judge you for the role you played in this whole process. I want to say, indeed, you are entitled to protection because of what you did, and indeed, there's responsibility of the Liberian government to provide you security for your own safety, because what you did is rare. People don't usually do it in this country, in our country, Liberia, to come up because somebody was that Peabody said to take that money and say, well, that money, they want that money, but you gave every cent, you refuse it, you took it and give it back. I mean, honestly, it was heroic, and history would always remember you.
Thank you, man. Thank to all of your colleagues in studio, and thanks for the listening audience. Thanks to the Liberian population too as well.
Thank you.
Have a blessed day.
If you have any other concern, you can call us anytime, and we'll be glad to bring you on. We want to make sure you're safe, and we also want to check on you to see whether you are safe. We want to make sure that you are safe.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Well, look, I'll tell you this, right? Gentlemen, the Liberian people needs to stand up. Instead of just sitting there saying it's the people thing, they should all assemble, honestly. Because like Representative Collins said, if we always say, well, oh, it happened to Snow, it happened to Tyler, how will happen? No, we continue in that direction, it will continue to happen. When the next government comes, it will happen again. Who knows? They put another speaker there tomorrow, it could do the same thing too. Liberian people, it's up to you guys. You guys heard the money in play. You should be mad, like he said. You should be mad to say, why we are struggling. Yeah, you heard Johnny. Johnny was telling you the job that Johnny is involved with. He travels throughout the country, and he sees all the things that happen in the country. So he been telling us he experiences is what he experiencing in throughout the country. Liberian people, you guys going through a lot. You guys should now assemble to the capital. Take the cue from Senegal. Go to the capital. Surround that place. The police they won't shoot you. They bring tear gas. They know to be very careful how they exercise force on you guys. It's your right, and demand that order return to the capital. It's up to you guys. If you sit down and let it happen again, you guys will continue to just live in sustained and abject poverty. Guys, I will say again, you should rise up and go to that capital and ensure that mobility returns to that capital.
John, I think you're right. I think not only the capital, but it should go where those sources that have been mentioned, where thousands of dollars came from. They should go there and demand for accountability of money that were taken from government cover to cover that mess. When thousands of people are going to bed hungry, when people's homes are getting burned every second, no fire truck, when people don't have access to clean water, when people don't have access to even buy them a paracetamol when they have diarrhea and things like that. People are taking our hundreds. Transport Ministry is ditching our $600,000 water and sewer. You don't even have water in that country. People don't even have clean water to drink. You still have truck driving from one end with water at the back of it, and people are online to get water or to buy water. And you are wasting all that money just to remove one speaker. I think the Liberian people should technically go there and demand some law and order and demand some accountability as well. I think Liberian people should wake up. You cannot always defend them. They should take time now for them to get out there and demand some kind of accountability, because it's very sad. And from what this man have said, now you see he went, Representative Collins went out and said the truth. He took all that money. He could have taken that money. That's a lot of money for Liberia. You got 15 grand in Liberia in your pocket. That's a lot of money. It can do a lot of things. But he said, you know what? I'm going to take it. I'm going to report it. If I will be the sacrificial lamb for this, I will do it. And he went to LCC and reported that. I think Liberian people, it's about time that they demand some accountability among the lawmakers. Not only that, but for folks in the executive, that they would demand some accountability. I'm not saying go up there and destroy property and do things. That's not the right thing to do. But go there, protest, so that some law or accountability can come to that country.
Abu Kamara and
I
Juman.
want to ask a quick question, please.
Yeah,
I want to ask a quick question, please. Yeah, where is this alleged money now? Maybe I'll be on a touch on it. Where's the alleged money?
LCC.
LCC today.
LCC got the money.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's a wonderful thing, and I know that one of the aspects I was missing on the fact that because the law of the law of bribery in our country is very clear. So the fact that he exposed this and reported the money, so he exonerated himself in a potential litigation process. Yeah, that is the first time. 50. Well, how many? 15 grand or 25 grand?
15.
There are 15 grand, but then they say after if it has succeeded, getting a balance 10. But this man for Luther Collins' own, just collect 200 from that.
But you know, part of the reason, and I'm not saying that because there's a guy, the new progressive did some work in Peabody before, right? Even the district he won did some very good work there. Part of the reason why he did that, this guy Colin did what he did, is that he being an independent guy, he worked with the United Nations system, he spent some time in Darfur. So he's seen money before, right? He's someone that's seen money. You see, they put him on a committee and other thing, he's doing things, what have you. But I have been some other Kuyokaya men that I know. Trust me, the whole thing. You're not going to report.
No.
Johnny laughing. It had been some Kuyokaya things. On the most serious note here, he wouldn't have reported that money. He was only about it, and I respect him moving forward on a serious note. To see someone in Liberia, we've been having these things. We've been removing speakers. We've been doing things. We've been doing that. We've been receiving money behind the scene. And it's part of the reason why the United States government is saying we do pay to play or pay for play. And it's dangerous, right? Though the same thing now is happening in Liberia, America, more is not paying people all the way around. Now there's now investigation going on if he will be violating the laws of the voting laws of America to do this. Looking to give people $1 million, be giving $1 million every time to do this line. So, but again, it's a very serious situation back in a very impoverished society like ours. For people to indulge into those kind of practices to undermine the country democracy, it's a terrible process. And I will believe the fact that the money is now in the hands of LCC. Now, people want to push to the process of our laws that the lawmakers cannot be arrested. No. They cannot be arrested while on their way to section and from section, but they can be arrested for a breach of the peace. It's in the Constitution. You cannot be arrested while on your way to section, while on your way from if you're commuting, both to and fro, you cannot be. But in that process, you can also be arrested for breach of the peace and other situations. Now, so the law is very clear that people should not believe that if you are a lawmaker, so LGC can move on. I can recall the former senator of Myean County was arrested. He was incarcerated. He was in jail for almost 10 months. When he went through his litigation process, he won the case. He was never found guilty. That's how he got out. Senator Roland Khan spent 10 months in jail. I hope you can refresh on what happened at the time in Myean when those guys was killed, when he took those guys to do some work and this serious battle ensued and some people got killed. A lot of people got killed for it and he was charged with murder, right? And he was something else. Beyond that, even for the level of breach of the peace, a lawmaker in Liberia should be arrested and can be arrested. So the LDCC can set the basis of this process, opened a kind of a huge can of worm here in terms of conducting their own investigation. If you see anything that is culpable, I'm signing out as a lawyer. If there's any culpability you cease onto it. Before, the RACC had limitation in terms of moving to court. This process they cloud out there in terms of what we call prosecutorial powers. They were limited to after 90 days. Now, the law have now been amended. They have removed that clause of saying the prosecutorial power is within 90 days. Now, no, there's no limitation for that power you have. You can move to court independent of the Ministry of Justice. Before, the Ministry of Justice have to move. The Ministry of Justice don't move in 90 days, then you take on the case. But this time, the new amended law, portion of the RACC law, give it more teeth to bite. Now, it's no longer a toothless bulldog. It's a bulldog that got a lot of teeth, right, to bite, and bite very well, and bite and chew. So I think you can use this process to begin further.
Peabody, please, I want to bring something to your attention, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me bring something to your attention. Okay. Wadi Powell wrote a post on her page, right? She said, she said, the recording I want see that it won with the two representatives chasing the other representative on Tomalin Boulevard near 4th Street, this country. And then the former agricultural minister on that same post, that's what she said. Oh, listen, they call her the former agricultural minister said, they call her Jeannie Millie Cooper. She said, I saw it live, but had no idea what I was seeing until afterwards. Then while they said, oh, what was it like? She said, cars making U-turns almost at full speed on Tomalin Boulevard. People jumping on a car and one riding off with a car while hanging off like EPS security or on the mansion car. Brakes squealing and people jumping off the sidewalk. Quite chaotic. And when I asked, I was told that the people who want to move the speaker, no hair, no tail. So look, this thing is real. And there's somebody, an eyewitness giving an account of what happened, what the people try to do. And that's what I'm saying again. I know my friend Jallah, he want to be a moral conscience, but he compromised. He won't tell me I'm not talk about people going to the capital. Joman, give me a break. This country we all have stake in this country. Okay? When we see things what happening in the country, like people need to stand up because of their money. I mean, the country is underdeveloped because of all these things that are happening. How can you have a legislature in existence for many years? Over millions of dollars went through that legislature. You can't give account. You can't audit them to find out instead of system do a financial audit. Why can't they say let's go for financial audit? Why can't they do it? Because if they do financial audit, a lot of people involved will be falling in the cookie jar. The hands will be in the cookie jar. 2029 will be a blockage for them. That's what do an audit. Put it to the audit. Let them do the audit. Okay? Honestly, that money just don't keep from the sky. I won't call one person because one of the person told me, say, Georgie, when you are representative for a district, you like the power amount for that district. That money came in 100 bills, fresh money. I couldn't let that money by me. But they said, but now I will not take part. They just want to balance 10,000. Come on, give me a break. Can you imagine 25,000 to each of the people? Times it by for the number $1.2 million. My people, and mind you, the guys that got a brand new, they got the money for their cars already, for the 5K already. Which I have no problem with that. I don't kick against it. Tomorrow, representative, I get my own car too, so I will not talk, but I want to. Yeah, but I would say
because we
my man,
because Johnny will hold this recording on me and say, and you are against it. And that happened with they don't today. They don't talk about other things today. They don't when I say, okay, I will not take car that cost their amount, but they don't take car, right? So all the things happen today. But
I told Johnny know that I think he's talking you can buy 10,000 car in the brother. You can't take that.
People should be annoyed. They should be mad. Tomorrow they should assemble. I'm saying again, they should go to the Capitol building tomorrow and ensure that stability returns to the first branch of government. It should stand there and ask all the money in question. They should demand that where the money came from. Mo Ali, he trying to say, but Mo Ali texted me. I asked him about the money. And you're trying to be fresh. Or he said, yes, I give money to when I saw money to remove Speaker Kofa, he sent it to me. I said, oh, for real? He said, yeah, I gave when I saw money, but then you deny and I say you part of it, but you telling me that you give money to move the speaker? Huh? And you don't say you're playing joke with me. We don't joke. So guys, it's serious.
Yeah, so ultimately, I think this whole issue, in the spirit of coordination, I really think that the speaker and the executive branch, the president, need to talk about this. I mean, not necessarily asking for president intervention, but in the spirit of coordination and to get the country moving forward, they should do that. And the speaker, remember, somebody might need to be muted, though.
Yeah, somebody need to mute the mic.
Somebody following? Yeah. So the point is, they need to make sure that they work in the spirit of coordination in the best interest of the brand people. And somebody, the issue of protest, in whose interest? To protect Kofa to remain as speaker or to call for due process?
For the Liberian people, because the Liberian people, in the interest of the Liberian people, they should do it so that all that stuff should start. Because I'm telling you, because it will continue.
No, but wait, too many. We cannot put the platform in a situation that it will be difficult for them to survive. Look, they put legislation.
I'm speaking about TCO. I'm talking about money jobs.
Okay, no problem. So, the point is, the protest is good because protest is a sign of freedom of expression. It's also freedom of speech. But if you want to protest in a situation, you got to be clear. Are you protesting against the removal of Speaker Kofa, or are you protesting for due process in this event? Because the 40+ guys may have a genuine reason for taking action against Speaker Kofa. So I would advise, if anyone wants to get involved with protest, they should protest.
If they had a genuine reason, why would they go and take money? Why would it take money if that was a genuine reason?
No. It's why, and people, the reason why I don't want to drag myself. I don't drag myself into the money issue. I want to let the body responsible to conduct the investigation and give all the facts come out.
Right now, we are saying this man won't come out with $15,000 on a video and make up lie like that. He wouldn't do it.
All right.
The facts are there.
So that's but I'm just saying, any protest at the legislature should be clearly defined. Is it in the interest of protecting Kofa from being removed or calling for due process for Kofa to face the law if the Ghana issue with him? Because we've got to make sure
it should be, for me,
with the of the law.
For me personally, it should be there that it should not be for Kofa to be removed because they took money. The idea of taking money is pay to play. They should not be encouraged. So that protest should be not to remove the speaker on bribery. That's why they should demonstrate. They should not remove a speaker on bribery for accepting money from other lawmakers. That's what it should do. I'm sure.
Well, anyway, the government will solve its problem. I'm sure in the next few weeks it will be resolved. If Kofa will remain, he will remain, and they will remove him. That's it. I hope they can do it as they can do whatever they're doing in their place. Then they conclude it as early as possible and prepare to do Liberian people work. Because I think what they're doing there, I don't think it's in the best interest of Liberian people, and the way they carry on. And coming back to the vehicle issue, Pewee, I'm giving a scenario of how we can save money as a government. So listen to what I said. If the government can work through its logistical arrangement, right? You get 4x4 vehicles, those Land Cruiser Jeeps. You have enough of them at the GSA, parked and ready to take any government official to the counties where they have condition. I mean, Pewee, the vehicle I use right now, the handle CRV, I bought a second handle from one of my brothers from the US, sent 2016. I use that vehicle to Lofa many times back and forth, right? Since 2016, I bought a Honda CRV 2016. I say have I use it. The only car I got now to use. I'm just saying, the very people you're talking about that they need for $5,000 car, on their own, have their own car. They don't buy that kind of money. They don't buy car with that money. They will go to the used car garage and buy used vehicle to use for themselves. But when it comes to government money, they demand for $45,000 car. But on their own, they money from their pocket.
That's bureaucracy. That's bureaucracy.
Wait.
Sorry, 1 minute. Just a few seconds.
No, people, let me end now, please. Let me end my statement.
Few seconds, please. You're going to end. Few seconds. I want you to understand, Johnny, that governance and public bureaucracy It's a universal situation.
It's not about being flamboyant, people. It's about being real
There's no
in the country.
flamboyance. There's no flamboyance on the 45,000 flamboyance.
Why you want to use car? Why you want to use 45,000 car in this country? And that car has so many sensors that if you put that car on the road between Monrovia to Sino County, it comes back, it's going to get broken and you spend almost $2,000 on that car down to fix that car. So I'm just saying to you, look, we want to ask you, why all these international NGOs? Look at the American embassy here. You know when they carry the bush, they carry land cruiser when they go in the interior.
You're not going to carry a ambassador Ryan? You're not going to carry ambassador Ryan?
Wait, I know very well. I know what I'm talking about. When an ambassador is riding a car within Monrovia area, they use other cars, right? Whenever the embassy got team going to the counties, which I have traveled along with me to go see my project start, they use Land Cruiser Jeep, even though it's not the same model of Land Cruiser Jeep that we use here, right? Which I know very clear, right?
Be honest and tell the people that the agricultural ministry buy all for Highlander. The Ministry of Agriculture by Highlander, the Ministry of Health by Highlander. We're talking about other officials in the city. You have to be honest.
Wait. Okay, people listen. If a minister of foreign affairs that does not go anywhere in the country, why should he or she ride a car that works for in Monrovia here? And look at the kind of poor country. Why? Why should they ride a car worth $50,000 in this country? Where you go running red? Why should a minister that is not going anywhere in the country only remain Monrovia that 90% of their time riding from Cinco to the second mansion ride a car that worth $50,000? Why should they do that?
So we're gonna carry you uniform to the round. We're gonna carry you uniform to the round. You know how
any car that is less than $10,000.
But there's no car you for less than 10,000. I mean, you can
find it, my brother. You can find it. You can go to procurement. You can order it as a country.
Where?
You're talking about Pewee?
Where?
Okay, even if you can't pick it up. So why should you pay that a month for government vehicle, $50,000 car? Why?
It's okay. I don't want to be seen to be the bad guy here. But there's no way.
For me personally, look. Where I went to what happened. All my offices in the county, I demand that we buy local produce labels and things from the cabinet shop for the officers. I don't even allow the procurement team from Lebanese men store or Indian men store. All the officers that got in the county, we go to the cabinet shop in Maryland, in Lofa, in places, and we buy from there, and they come and get our office up. We gotta live as patriotic Liberians to get our country to grow. We can't be having from running line when the country is in dying need. When people can hardly afford clean water to drink. Pewee, that one car that costs $50,000 can satisfy a whole town the Konya with good water. After 50K.
But I really think that if the amount is appropriated for them, I don't have a problem with them buying it smart. I really believe they should get it.
It should not be appropriated. It should not be appropriated first. It should not be.
No, Pewee, you could be. You could be in that position one day, and
you don't understand the thing he's saying.
I don't have a problem with them. I don't have a problem with them.
Yeah, you had the last time they told you last time that you came out there in that place. The time you keep doing election when I made it also. You came with a special escort because you got that whole thing.
Where?
Because they
got I killed my seat. With the car, killed my seat.
When you started out,
the CRV, you move over here, bro. When I came from Vanjama.
Yeah, I can see that.
I came from Vanjama. When I met them clearing the road for President, we had to pass to go to Vanjama when the road was so bad. And now I was blasting the neck. That while we private citizens, they can't find the road for because we are going to Lofa campaign. They have machine working overnight on the road between Konya and Soso. When I came from Vanjama, I had to go through tough time. I came from Honda CRV from Vanjama.
When we start in the square, in the square that evening, I can recall.
That's what I'm saying.
At that moment that you stop coming around, because
they can't run you.
You now. You can't run. It's still kind of like you started. It's at the time.
I killed my 1 minute. I came with the car that I used.
The CRV car. I will get a simple.
2016.
I will get a simple analogy here. The time in the local time. That's just government bureaucracy.
Now we're not making progress with our system.
No, that does not stop us from making progress. Those are entitled to have it. We have
too much money there, too much spending, too much money.
Why do you think we don't have the fact that we don't have money to buy a plane? That we can buy a plane. Yeah, in this country, the foreign minister got a plane. The person minister got a plane. But we don't have that. We can buy, but at least we can buy your car to ride. Come on, that's a country. That's a country. $44,000 now. My point is $150,000. That's my point.
But what is different from $45,000 to $50,000? What is different?
And it should be a brand new vehicle. You don't have vehicle inspection in this place.
If we could argue and say, look, let government official use any car between 10 $15,000, that still makes sense. But for the $5,000 car in this
There's
poor
no
country,
$50,000 car now in the world and brand new. No, where you get $50,000 car from?
That move on the topic. That move on.
Okay, let's change the topic. Let's go ahead.
Let me come in for a second before we move on to another topic, guys. So I think that last week, not last week, but a few days ago when this came up, I think we said something. I think I said something, and I think it's important to repeat that this issue is not about who is for Nati Kofi or who is against him, right? Because people who are speaking up against what's happening, some of them don't really care about Nati Kofi. Like I'm not a fan of the speaker. I don't hate him, but I'm not a fan of the speaker, right? But I think what is at stake here is our democracy and due process, right? That, you know, if you want to remove the speaker, and by the way, those lawmakers, they can elect and remove the speaker if they chooses to. That's not the question here, right? Whether or not they have the right, they have the constitutional right to make a case and legally remove the speaker. But I said legally, right? But if you're going to remove the speaker, then it has to be done legally, just as much as he was elected legally, right? And this is the issue here. The issue here is the process in which the speaker, or they have attempted to remove the speaker, seems to be illegal. And this is our issue. And it was interesting that the Representative Luther Collins mentioned that previous speakers were not legally removed. Previous speakers were not legally removed. Now, when do we put a stop to this illegal removal of speakers, where a few guys can come together and influence illegal process of removing speaker for political reasons, where the executive branch of government can assert its power and its influence to financially induce our lawmakers to say, look, I think this guy has to go. If the lawmakers have any serious legal case against the speaker, then they should put that on the floor. That issue should be debated. And those who think that the speaker have committed a crime or have violated legislative processes can deem it necessary to remove him through a voting process. But the process in which they have done this is wrong. And I think this is what we are speaking against. I listened to their resolution yesterday, and they were talking about the 2022 budget when Kofi was not even speaker, and it talked about what was allocated to him, $1.5 million, as opposed to what he received, $5.6 million. And I'm thinking to myself, well, how can you have an issue or call on LACC to conduct an investigation into what you call the speaker has been involved in corruption for something that you were aware of prior to making him Speaker of the House of Representatives? Now, if this was a genuine issue of corruption, this is where I would have done my own due diligence. This is where these issues are put before us based on who are those candidates running for speakership. They did not do that due diligence. Were they not aware that, you know what, we can't have a speaker that is involved into corruption? We can't have a speaker that is involved into the mentioned conflict of interest. We can have a speaker that does not put the interest of staffer first. All of the issues so far that I've heard based on the resolution read yesterday definitely does not suffice. It doesn't make sense, which again brings us back to the why. What was the essence here? What was the purpose here? And it's clear that these guys were given money to remove the speaker, which is the reason why they attempted to do this, because they have not stated anything legit, anything concrete as a reason why the speaker should not be Speaker of the House of Representatives, and this is wrong. We need to stop this. I'm hoping. I have no real hope, but I'm really hoping that there's a third investigation into this matter, and that people are actually held accountable for what happened there. Because if we set these sorts of precedent and nothing is done about it, as in many cases in our country, this will continue to happen. Speaker Kofa may not be the Speaker of the House of Representatives a month, 2 months, or a year from now. But the next speaker will have to watch his or her back. That anytime the executive wants anything to happen, anytime few lawmakers who may not be happy or may have been induced financially to take a certain action, even if it's illegal, that can happen because nothing's going to come out of it. But from what I've heard so far, I don't think they have any concrete reason why or any legal reason why the speaker should be removed. But let's see what happens tomorrow.
Robert, the people were giving money. You know, money can influence almost anything. They were given money by some selfish individual or some selfish reason. Once the money came in, they would have been forced to justify why they want to do it. They don't just want to be on the ground and say, "Oh, we took the money," but then now they're trying to justify why they are taking money to illegally remove the speaker. That the justification there. So
yeah, but the justification does not make sense. They're talking about issues. They're talking about issues in 2022. 2022, he wasn't speaker. Well, guess what? He ran for speaker. The election was in January, right? He ran for speaker. If these issues were real, then they would have voted based on these issues. They would have said, "No, I can't support the speaker." But the same guys complaining about 2022 and 2023 voted for this very speaker. So then, how can you make this case make sense? You're not talking about something currently. You're talking about 2022, 2023.
They're quick to forget. They're not thinking. When they took the money, they were not thinking what to put together. So they just ran into, and then 2022 and have money. Why should Liberian people even believe them? See how they are lying on themselves. You said this man took all the money when he was deputy speaker. Then why he didn't break the issue with LSCC and stuff like that? They're not doing it because they got money and they were trying to justify. These guys are rogues. They are terrible rogues.
Why did you even vote? Why did you even vote for him? Let's start there. If the reason for which you want to remove him has to do with something prior to his election as speaker, then why did you not use that to make an informed decision on who will be the next speaker of the 55th legislature? Why did you not use that? And so again, I'm not sure who's strategically thinking about these resolution and who's advising these lawmakers. But again, it just doesn't make sense. You don't come to the general public and say, "Look, this is our resolution. The speaker have not been fair to staffers. In particular, he has been involved in corruption." And then you mentioned budget of 2022 and 2023 when he wasn't even speaker. Why did you vote for him? Why?
Robert, my thing is that, I mean, Speaker Kofa, he has yet to obstruct anything from the executive branch. There's no record to show that he had made any obstruction or anything to say, well, he has been giving the executive branch a hard time in passing the agenda. In fact, because of that, people have been getting mad with him that everything the executive sent to them, they let it pass. But my thing is that, look, what do you guys think tomorrow? What will happen tomorrow? I want to hear from each person. What you foresee will happen tomorrow? And before you speak, let me say this: Representative Clarence, Guar, and Colette, they got to be very careful. If they're not mindful, that the people are saying, LCC, the act that created LCC, President, we are strengthening LCC before he left office. They have powers to arrest now. And if you listen to the councilor this morning, they're going to go there. So if the facts lead to these guys, they'll be arrested. That corruption. Don't talk about you're not on that thing about you can't be arrested as a lawmaker. No, you'll be arrested. But I can see the first arrest will be from Clarence, Guar, and Colette, the guy who taking taxes from the poor money. He taking $200 from every money, everybody money giving them $200, taking taxes. Or you already stealing money and you stealing oil again. I mean, double stealing you doing. You get everybody $14,800, taking $200 from that. And the taxes you paying, or the fees to deliver, the delivery fees, he took $200 from everybody's money. But that guy will be arrested. Clarence got to be arrested. And I'm telling you guys, I foresee it happening. You gotta be very careful when they arrest you two guys and start and prosecute them. And lastly, Mo Ali and the Minister of Transport, the issuing statement now. Mind you guys, I reached out to all of them. The Minister of Transport and I were in college together. I know him very well. Ralph, I told him he said making him popular. I said making him popular, but they accusing you of that kind of stuff. Don't take it lightly. Be serious about it. And Mo Ali there telling me say, yeah, I get help what I saw money to remove Kofa. Then you run around down to clarify now that you disassociate yourself from the whole thing. Guys, LDC should call for, you should invite Mo Ali, invite the Minister of Transport, invite Clarence Guar, invite Cole, and you answer questions. But guys, what happened tomorrow? Pewee.
Oh yes. Basically, what is now? I mean, there's this process that for now, for this battle, from what my political inclination is trying to interpret to me from the distance, is that Mr. Speaker will survive this process tomorrow. We're going to have quorum tomorrow because the Constitution is clear. I expect the process. We're going to have quorum tomorrow, and I believe the Speaker is going to preside tomorrow. Now, what I'm going to see tomorrow is also, what we're going to see tomorrow is also a show of strength, a show of our unity in terms of reconciliation. I wouldn't be shocked if Mr. Fada or Honorable Fada were to also be part of tomorrow's process. It's going to be seated next to the Speaker as a co-presiding, so the Speaker will preside. So I'm going to see some strength tomorrow in terms of what's going to happen. The Speaker is going to regain authority to preside over the House affairs tomorrow. Now, does it end after tomorrow process? I don't think so. Then where the Speaker would now have to be very mindful moving forward, because I want to believe that this may just reoccur, and the reoccurrence of this will be more devastating to the Speaker. He's not mindful to correct all of the doubts moving forward. But for tomorrow, the Speaker is going to be the victor tomorrow moving on, and that is part of the legislative process. And is it going to be some kind of filibustering process? No, it's going to be a kind of a win situation for the Speaker. Is it going to be a win-win for tomorrow? Then left with how the Speaker is going to play the game. But what I would want to project here, and what I've asked the Speaker to do, is that to allow the situation to be a win-win situation, engage the folks, because most of those guys that went for what they went for was on the basis of being selfish, self-aggrandizement, and more or less very ruthless in terms of not thinking for the country. So engage them. Begin the process of pacifying most of them, and that's what the Speaker is supposed to do as a politician. You pacify them and you put them on a control mechanism so that you avert a potential onslaught, because the next thing that will want to come after is going to be very huge. Now, but they are unseen and sinister hand behind this battle, and that's the problem. It's not most of this thing is not Clarence Guar. Clarence Guar is being used as an instrument of the battle. He's an instrument. He's being used as one of those protégés to be the face of the battle, because he can begin the process of trying to create some narrative here about this whole issue. Now, but the issue is beyond, so the Speaker himself has to be made enough to take the battle to some of those people that are trying to. It's just like what is currently unfolding in all of warfare. It's asymmetrical warfare. Let me refer to that. It's the total asymmetrical warfare process we found here. So it is important, quickly, if I will conclude on this note, that the Speaker will take note moving forward, move tomorrow to preside, smile, have party, want to have some glasses or guys, meet with them and the rest of that, but then prepare to meet the major guys where the battle is coming. Take the battle from the root. Yeah, so you have to go to your arsenal and begin the process of hitting back and hit back fearlessly, so that you can make this process. Yeah.
Look, don't you think if the LCC established there was there's a criminal case here involved, shouldn't LCC prosecute these folks?
Quickly, that Peabody, my fear to that process, that process is going to be a kind of a lame duck situation. Here's why I say it. There's no strong evidence. There's no strong evidence. The guy's going to deny it. And that's the problem. The guy's going to deny that he didn't give money. So, and how can you, to establish that case under our law, you have to give strong evidence to corroborate whatsoever information that may have been alleged. So it's going to be a difficult problem.
But if you say there's no evidence, what most important in a video that was recorded on this person? I mean, we see here Sean Diddy Combs. Part of the
exactly. That's what I say. If there's a video, then that's a strong evidence.
That's video evidence.
But that's strong. That's what I'm saying. If there's no evidence, if there's video strong evidence, then I mean the agency can use that as part of their possible.
But do you think the president, the speaker, do you think he should reassign some of these guys, remove them from some of the committee, or just leave them there? What do you think?
But that's the question I asked the honorable man. He didn't really sufficiently answer it. Now, here's why I'm saying this process here, because this is tantamount to what I would call blackmail. It's political blackmail. Now, if you reassign and give them more position than the many, they will say want to come out from this process here. So that's why the speaker need to do some assessment, do a soul session, politically soul session. Try to reshuffle because the speaker got the power on their rules now. The rule gives the speaker the power to do those appointments. Most of those guys that prove to be very loyal to you, put them in the strategic area of your speakership and move the place forward. Those that prove to be dishonest, I mean, you need to be strong. If you're not strong, trust me, they will still come back, and they will come back this time around. They're going to get you. It always started before. Eddie Snow survived the first few. He didn't survive the major one. Tada survived a lot of them. Tada was the most powerful speaker in recent history in terms of combating legislative meandering, right? So he's two of those things, and he was very firm, but eventually they booted him out. So Speaker Kofa should understand most of those things because he's an educated lawyer. So he need to understand this and try to do the delicate balance here as to how he can move and protect his speakership. All right, I wouldn't be surprised. So the speaker will have to move to protect those that are defending him. That's a political theater.
He said the man was strong, but it's them winning.
But Tony, let's talk about.
That's what I'm saying. The same way. They have the more power the same way. Yeah.
But Mr. Dot, Pewee, I have a different opinion though. I don't think that the speaker should retaliate, right? There's no need for retaliation here against these guys.
Then it will come back when he will get him out.
But I think that he should stay focused on what occurred here, right? Robbery for an action is a crime. They took bribe to attempt to remove the speaker. I think that should be the focus here. Now, if
once I complete Raul, then that should be part of the retaliation now.
Well, Robert, if people took bribe, why I did not work to explain it?
Yeah, I understand that, but what I'm saying is that should not be the focus point, number one, because here's the thing. If he has the power to do so, he has the power to do so. You know, he might just agitate some folks, right? Because some other folks who support him, again, who may not like the speaker, they don't like the idea of what's happening. But I don't think retaliation politically is necessary, right? And I don't think that would protect him. I don't think it would necessarily protect him. If they already have the number to keep the speaker in his speakership, I think the speaker should focus on what happened here. And this should not just be about him. I think he exert more leadership if he approached this matter where he's doing it in the interest of the Liberian people and protecting the democracy rather than a focus that focuses on him and protecting himself. If he goes and takes these guys out of these strategic committee position, it's a political move that protects him, right? But does it save his speakership a month or two from now if indeed these guys want to get him out based on a concrete or legit, constitutional reason? So if I was advising him, I wouldn't say, hey, look, we should retaliate. Get these guys out of these committees position. Let's focus on proving here that, yes, indeed, funds were given to individuals to illegally remove the speaker. Is that a crime? Yes, it is a crime. What action should we take in this matter? That's what I would do. Number two, I don't think he should back down. And I don't think attempting to remove them is a sign of attempting not to remove them as a sign of weakness, right? I think that it shows strength in his own leadership. That listen, just because you illegally attempted to remove me, I'm not going to retaliate and take you out of this position. But I will ensure that you are held accountable for your action, because this is not about me. This is about the next speaker. This is about the speaker after the next speaker. It's about setting the right precedent that even if you want to remove me, there are legal processes that you must follow Allow me due process. Allow the next speaker due process. Let that process play out legally and constitutionally. You have the right to remove me. These guys don't even understand that. They have the right to remove the speaker. They have absolutely no case against the speaker right now. Yeah, look, I don't like the fact that the executive mansion gets whatever they want. I don't think the speaker has been forceful enough. I don't think the speaker has stood up enough, right, in the interest of the Liberian people, not just for CDC or trying to flex his muscle. I think that the executive branch of government has gotten a lot of things, have literally got in their way, right? I like the fact that he's trying to work with them, but I don't think that he should turn this focus on KOFA. This is not about KOFA, because if this was about KOFA, then a lot of us will not be happy, because I'm not personally happy with him. But I don't endorse this sort of action to illegally remove the speaker. I think what happens tomorrow is that I don't think that those guys have the numbers to remove the speaker tomorrow. I don't think they have the numbers to remove the speaker. But what is even more concerning is the Thomas Falah issue. I saw him with the speaker today. They're taking pictures. They're doing photo ops. I also think that there should be an internal investigation as it relates to the role of the deputy speaker. Was Thomas Falah involved in this coup to remove the speaker? I think it's very, very important. He needs to clarify that, and there should be a third investigation into this matter. Can Thomas Falah be trusted as a senior member of the opposition in the opposition, and played an integral role in an attempt to remove the speaker in his own interest? Was he involved in this matter? I don't think they've clarified that. I personally would not trust Thomas Falah until the evidence shows otherwise, that he was not involved. And if he was involved, I think that serious action needs to be taken from the House of Representatives and the party CDC as well.
Just before
wow, quickly, you said especially take action, and why take action against Thomas Falah?
Right.
Because no. What I'm saying is, after it's been proved, after it's been proved, because here's the thing. The party has an agenda. If the deputy speaker is illegally involved in a coup to remove the speaker, that's one aspect. That's not a partisan aspect. That's a crime. It's against our law. That's one. He should be held accountable for that, just like all the other guys. But from a party perspective, to have a deputy speaker who comes from the CDC, an opposition party, involved in a coup, to illegally remove another senior member of that party, it speaks to it in discipline. What is he following this the agenda of his party? It's going to be in discipline. If the speaker cannot trust Thomas Falah, how can the CDC, the former president, trust him? Or
quickly, Raul. Will you trust me if I'm working with you as your assistant? We sat down, we had drink, we did things, and you left, you went somewhere. I tried to honor mine. Will you want me to work with you again?
But you're making my point. Absolutely not.
I'm talking about other committee members now. That's why I said it should reach something. And he said no. I bring it back to you.
But no, they can do that. What I'm saying is, it should not be the first attempt yet, right? To say, hey, this is more of a priority than actually focus on the illegal crime, the illegal attempt to remove me. Because I want him to understand that this is not about him. This is about protecting our democracy and holding lawmakers who should be an example of the law for involving in a criminal act to illegally remove a speaker. Because this could be somebody else. This could be a Unity Party partisan. It could be anyone. We've got to set the precedent for future action. And if nothing happens here, this could possibly happen in the future.
Well, my point here is, for Johnny comment, my point here is, I don't know how the speaker could work with those people having fun of that they bribe to remove him. I don't think he can remove them, but I think he should take them from some of them from those committees, because they already kind of compromised. They're already compromised. They corrupt. You cannot trust them in certain areas. Some of those guys that are on very high profile committee, you can't trust them there, because you don't know the level of bribe that will be taken from right in there. So I think he needs to do a reshuffle, honestly, especially when it established that these guys took bribe. He needs to do a reshuffle, but you can't let it slide like that. If you let it slide like that, everybody can do it because you want to retain a job, so you might encourage that. Because I will encourage that because I want to retain my job, so I won't do nothing much. There's no ground for say, oh, we need to reconcile. The problem here is the only way you can reconcile that these guys be removed from their position. They're already corrupt. They're already compromised. There are evidence showing that they received bribes. The evidence shows that they received bribes. Why keep them in such a high-profile position? They could sink the country into more corrupt practices. So I think what he needs to do is, once it's established and we have videos and everything to that, then he need to actually visit the different committees, evaluate the different committees, and try to put people there a credible repetition.
So let me ask you that: does he only replace them with folks who have backed him, or does he also replace them with folks who may not have signed the deal to collect the $15,000, but who may have issues with him? Does he only assign them with
folks
that?
I'm not talking about issue, Robert. I'm not talking about issue. I'm talking about those. I'm talking about those who receive bribes. Those who receive the bribes. That's it's not about, if they were having issue with the speaker, they would have proceed in a very careful manner rather than taking money. Carefully, it shows that they didn't have an issue with the speaker. They only had issue with money, and they were bribed, and that's why they took a decision. So the decision is not even credible. Once money is involved, it's not a credible decision that is made. Honestly, Johnny, go ahead.
Yeah. Johnny, go ahead. Okay. On the basis of which you guys all these analysis, are we seeing here that people that were appointed on committees are working at the way and pleasure of the speaker? Is that what we're trying to tell the public?
No. But let me, Johnny. Let me say this, right? Okay. In the first thing the speaker needs to do right now to stabilize the situation.
And the question I'm asking, I'm
coming to your question now. It is good that the CDC, the speaker and the deputy speaker from the same party, and the CDC were involved in us meeting today for hours at the CDC headquarters. So I believe internally they will take care of that aspect first, right? That aspect. So the CDC and the leadership will take care of the aspect because Fala is the vice chairman of the CDC. Okay, so they'll take care of that aspect. But it's not a time now for the speaker to come and to do revenge right now. No, stabilize first. I'm coming. Stabilize first, and Johnny. Nobody working on the will and pleasure of Speaker Kofa. They are all equals, just like he falls among equals. That's all. And he's not he's not working on the will and pleasure. No, they all are equals. He falls among equals at all.
So the point I want to make here is this. And I mean, generally, I think this is going to be a long haul. First, the supporters of Speaker Kofa, their utterances and their approach is going to exacerbate the situation. Speaker Kofa today, I heard him when he arrived today. The press conference he had, he spoke very well. He did not speak. He did not use any phrase together and resolving the issue. The way he spoke well. But he has a group of.
He's a leader. Our leader speaks.
No, I mean, I like the way he spoke. I'm not going to justify why he did or he not leader. I'm not going to support your argument.
He's a leader. How leader speaks, my man.
So my point here is he has followers in the legislature that are making statements that are also annoying the other side. So for me, frankly speaking, from the way I see things happening, tomorrow's section will not also be a conducive section. I don't think Speaker Kofa will have a peaceful sitting tomorrow. I think he need the entire week of this week to try to build his own relationship with the guys instead of sending people to go talk on his behalf to other people. He himself should try to engage with individual guys from the other side who want to remove him.
What he been doing? What he been doing all?
Wait, I want to ask you: are you with him in his office? With him in your house?
I
beg you, man, don't you are showing your biases already. You are showing your biases already.
I'm for Liberia. I'm showing
you.
No.
Oh, okay. You are showing your biases already, but let's go to the point, right? Okay. I think Speaker Kofa, tomorrow's session will not be too peaceful for him. He needs time to heal the wound that has been created between him and the other guys. Right? He needs time. He need to get involved personally. He needs time. And I don't want to support the idea of money, but I think he needs time and he needs resources. He needs a lot of things to reconnect himself with the other side. Right? So that they can have a peaceful assembly under his governor. And that can be done in the background. He cannot do that in section. So if people are misleading him that, look, go for session and they don't come with the action, you make it worse. And if you come to the point where the guys keep staying away from under his governor, it goes for more than 2-3 weeks. It does even extend up to November or pretty much in December. It's going to undermine next year fiscal management process because they need time. Again, they need time to get involved with 2025 FY 2025 budgeting period. They need time. So they should not spend all that time arguing on removing Kofa or keeping Kofa. But Kofa, as a leader for the group, need to engage more with them on a one-on-one basis to ensure that they improve relationship with them. But I don't think this week he will have a peaceful sitting under his gavel. I think I take this time this week, tomorrow, Tuesday, and Thursday, in fact, throughout the week, to keep engaged more with his colleagues to bring them back on board to understand. And the issue they have with him, he and then can begin to resolve it, like the way he spoke today during the press conference. Remove people from there because
it took Brock, not because they have an issue with him.
not depending on the Brock, right?
That's what I'm basing on.
Yeah, but Tomalin, you still need, like what we've all asked, that if there was an issue with the speaker, there was a legal issue, the Constitution allows him due process, right? They took Brock.
Yeah.
There are others who have said they did not take Brock, right? What I'm saying is, once it has been proved that these folks took Brock based on the investigation, then the speaker can act from an informed place.
Very good.
But to immediately start removing folks, it's a retaliation that will make this about the speaker and not about the issue here with regards to protecting our democracy. This issue should not be about Speaker Kofa, because if it becomes about Speaker Kofa, there are those who may not agree with him politically who would take political action and say, you know what, Jerry, remove the man. We don't care about the illegal act here. Jerry, remove the man. He's not my cup of tea politically. I don't agree with him. I don't like him. And so I don't care what action you guys take. Let the speaker remain within the confines of the law. He should be guarded within the confines of the law, and let those folks who refuse to allow him due process and attempted to remove him without that process be given this similar due process. That would, I think, would speak to his leadership.
So now here's the point, right? We heard from the representative from Bapulu that he reported 15K to the LACC.
40,800. That'd be correct. The man said 40,800. The other man took 2,000 for the money.
Okay, he did that, right? So according to his video, he has Clarence Guar and James Collet.
Yeah.
Now, that is, LCC is a legal entity. They need to know how they can collect evidence and how evidence are admissible in court. So I'm wondering whether that video is admissible evidence in court against Collet and this guy. I'm wondering. I'm not the expert to it. I'm wondering. So if that video will be admissible, then LCC will have a ground to move forward. But if that video is not admissible in court, then it will bring about it, like, in the system of justice. I can see you and if you can hit on me, you hit me, you go to court and say I didn't hit Johnny. Prove the case. Because our law say the burden of proof lies on the accuser, right? And Clarence Guar are sitting back there, and Collins is accusing them of giving him bribe, and he did report that to the LCC. So if the LCC takes stand to conduct the investigation, it's going to be critical for them, because criminal cases are hard to collect evidence and prosecute matters, especially so
in Liberia. Maybe in Liberia.
Yeah, no, even the US, you know why cases can take 20 years to find the culprit.
All you need is you need forensic. Forensic is all over the place. All those signatures. But why you think they got forensics from the US with regards to the 16 billion that was so-called missing? Why you think they needed international help? We don't have the sophistication back home, but it can
we could do it in Liberia, but again,
you can do it. But I'm just telling you, in the very US, there are criminal offenses that the security can be investigating. It takes them years to track the actual doer.
Sometimes I agree. If they don't have the evidences, if they don't have
many years, the person was found guilty is released because they have found elements of truth that the person was not informed.
You're taking the whole new ball game. You're going to a whole new talk.
So no, but listen, but what I'm saying to you, let's go back. LCC has to investigate the matter, right? And if the video is the source of evidence against this matter, I'm wondering why the video will be admissible in court. I don't know. The lawyers will tell us if it is admissible in court.
But they have phone calls. They have phone calls, right? If I was on the phone with you talking about these things, they can easily contact those telephone companies.
That's what I'm
They can look
saying.
at
Now,
the time,
evidence
they can look at
gathering.
the timestamps. All these things are easily verifiable.
Listen, Robert. Now,
Go
evidence
ahead.
gathering. You do evidence gathering, evidence preservation, and evidence presentation. So, and the guys will have a lawyer on the other side. So, I'm just saying, LCC need to make sure they collect all necessary evidence, cogent evidence that will prosecute two guys. Other than that, there will be enough flap.
I think
Seriously.
we gotta go. Let's take some calls. We gotta take some calls. Henry, if you guys can come in, let's
So
take
before
some
we take
calls.
call, Doc, I'm hearing that Tomalin Joe said that Mo Ali admitted to sending money out. Did he actually admit to this?
I'm not sure. Or maybe he I think he admitted.
I put in the chat room. Look at it. Look in the chat room. See the man. What the man said in the chat room. The man said it.
You know. So if he did, but there was another trending issue in Monrovia. The AFL wife was demonstrating the day again in Liberia, and it was chaotic. The day they had to send in junk security or what somewhere in Liberia. So at was it the barracks or somewhere? There was a trending issue there today, Tomalin. Did you follow that story, Tomalin?
No. I just
I think what happened is that the police and the AFL, they are doing some simulation around. So today when I saw the video, I said I thought something going on, but they've been announcing it around. I call it what something on number 7, something they're doing in various parts of Monrovia. They're doing some kind of emergency drill, and like the police and the crowd interacting along with the AFL. So I don't think it's a real like issue of protest against against the state or something.
There are report that the AFL widow are still requesting the money, and they are demanding that they're going to strike if the money is not paid. That's something that I've been following, but I don't understand this issue though. What is it that the AFL widow want? Some of those folk who fought in the war and killed all the people, they don't deserve benefits and stuff.
No, but people, let's try not to confuse the public. Today's event, I heard
No, I'm not
about
talking about that, Joe, but I'm talking about something I
the
just read.
exercise with the police and AFL. There was no real kind of like protest around.
No,
It's powerful. So when we're saying things here, let's try to be a little bit
no, I
mindful.
just read the news that AFL wife promised to demonstrate. I'm trying to find it on the news, the media that I read it on. I'm trying to find it, but I understand. But anyway, guys, let's take a call. Let's take calls. Henry, are you guys going to come on so we can take some calls? So, Henry, who's in studio there?
You know, while waiting for these guys to come on to take the calls, I'm getting information that one of the reasons why during the global witness case, President Sirleaf appointed the speaker as a special prosecutor for that case. And at that time, Tyler was Tyler was speaker, I think. But Johnny and I reality I'm talking.
Now when he gained
I like the way you do the connection. I like the way you do the connection.
Prosecutor Tyler, and I think so. Maybe so when they connecting Tyler, brother, now Trump ministry, you got to look at the puzzle now. And so yeah, what are you talking? You laughing?
But Tyler is back in government though. He's back in government. Henry, let's take who's there.
Senator now.
All right, we can take the calls now.
All right, guys, call in. The numbers are there. Call. Let's hear your views on the whole Capitol Hill robbery saga.
Okay, so the lines are activated. Just listening to the closing argument here on Truth 96.1. So you can put your calls in 0777-285-961 to be a part of the closing argument tonight. So wherever you are following us live from, just put your calls in and call your name, where do you call from, and then give your point of view on this issue we are discussing tonight. So 0777-285-961. And you can also call us on WhatsApp on 0777-285-961. So you can be discussing while we are awaiting the call.
Yeah, so you said that's where I think that's where Tyler gained the famous
Yeah,
correction came from.
Yeah, because they.
Okay, we have someone on the line. We have someone on the line. Hello, caller. Nima, where do you call from?
Yeah, my name is Anthony Riches.
You getting a caller?
Yes, I see my name is Anthony Riches.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm calling from Peace Island, Bonafam.
Okay, you listen to the conversation. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm listening very well. Moving on the man in the horse, they're moving on the man. It's not
The speaker, not the man. Okay.
Moving on the speaker is not right. And those are from CDC. I think the former president already said those are sound on our people. The money in our house, they shouldn't go to the party grind. So they got to pass through proper things before they can do anything. So I'm not putting them.
Okay, thank you. So we have someone on.
Thank you, Tomalin, Judge. Let me say thank you to your panelists. My name is Boy Solo, and I join you guys from New York. I listened to Dr. Peabody said something important that will bring people go to forget. But also, let me just remind you guys, some of you on this platform are already forgetting something that happened a few months ago. Let us remember, when the speaker took office, the same United Party government never wanted him to be speaker, and they were trying to remove him by force, and it didn't work up. Now, we sit here and we're listening that the money is coming from two entities in this country, which is water and sewer and the transport ministry. Nothing there to sugarcoat that we're going to say that the executive of the president is not in it. No. There was complete coup against the speaker. That's why they took him to what's it planning Italy. Let us be honest. Nothing will say. I listened to Brother Johnny. What I approve, not approve, what they prove is glaring that everybody's saying what is happening. That everybody know that these people doesn't want to see Speaker Kofa there. Like Brother Robert said, so the way he proceeding, we're not happy. Imagine the people are sitting there. You divine 700,000 United States dollars. You can share that money with the ordinary people who come on your platform calling for help for the children to go to school and you owing the EPA officer. Use that money and pay the people money that they poor children go to school. Even the same water and sewer, there are many people there that not take you almost 9 months. Why can't you pay the money? We sat here. The people put that money in the budget. We all cry on the budget spending. They knew that they wanted to do this thing. That's why they put the money in the budget to give it to the entity to remove the speaker. And that's why we continue to say, Mr. Speaker, these are the things that the people wanted to do to you. That's why they were putting money that was in the budget to places for them to use it to come after you. Let it all be clear. I agree with you 100%, Brother Tomalin, George. Those people, they even need to go to the horses and burn it down. Even the $45,000 car that they bought now, they need to take fire and burn those cars. Let the people know that the Labrador mean work for. Our people are suffering. Look at going in Federal County. You can't get car coming to the place. You're taking no kind of money and sharing it and Moya said to move somebody. I'm calling the Liberian people. Take the stand. You saw what happened in Kenya. You go to that Capitol building, black it up. All the cars that they put out for the $5,000 in, you burn it. Once again, it will. Take it to the panelists.
Okay, so we can take calls now.
Yeah,
all right. Hello, caller. Your name, where do you call from? Wow. Stay away from your monitor. Okay, let's be another call. Hello, caller. Yeah, your name, where do you call from? Yes.
Yeah, I'm just Lama Kamara from the Civil Rights Movement, and let me appreciate the closing argument.
Okay.
Thank you very much for also being back home here and doing the work of Liberian people. You know, we are disappointed. Our country is being placed in the hands of a greedy and group of criminals
gangs who came to rob our resources, who came to rob our, and then our people continue to live in our job poverty. And we think that we went to election and have a change where we will be able to have, some alleviations into our sufferings that we continue to live in as people of this country. But these current leaders have come and just care for what they can place in their pocket to be able to benefit them and their family. And it's getting to the point where Liberia will rise up against whosoever officials of government, whether national legislatures or members of the national legislatures or executive branch, judiciary. We will take actions into our own hands because I don't think you have been given the opportunity to steer the affair of the country, and then you go and stay there and start to do things on your own. If you are dishing out money, and can you imagine a police woman calling on the radio station on one of your sister radio stations that's delivering, crying that shall not be able to take pay for this month,
Okay.
and her son will be graduating. Where are we going? So I think we need to be able to take some action and to ensure that we call our government officials feet to the fire to ensure that they do the right thing or the needful for us as people. Thank you very much for that.
Okay, thank you. Hello, caller.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, Nima, where do you call from?
I'm calling from Upper Carway to be perceiving Riverview.
All right, go ahead. 1 minute.
Thank you. We we get disappointed in the people that will pull because they are always there to destroy the country. And they have nothing to do with the country. They're only there to take the resources and carry outside. But my brother, tomorrow, I want you to tell me the time if I can be able to get to the hospital and protest against them. And Antikofa have done nothing to them. They have Antikofa. They should call him personally and hold him, but they have no way to get even put money together. Look at the country they put together. Tell me, my brother. Look at the kind of money they put together.
Okay.
One money can eat one country. So, my brother, thank you. I want you to tell me the time that maybe I'll be able to be to the house there tomorrow.
You get to the house at 12.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Hello, caller.
Hello?
Yeah, Nima, where do you call from? Hello. Yeah, Nima, where do you call from? Okay, go ahead, straight to the point. Hello. Wow. Hello. Wow, we lost that caller. All right. Hello, caller. Yeah, Nima, where do you call from?
This is Jallah from Buffalo County.
Please stay away from your monitor.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you say your name?
I'm Jallah from Buffalo County.
Okay, go ahead, 1 minute.
Yeah, my brother, it is pity. It's very sad for the Liberian people because the kind of change people expected, this is not a change. I can tell you now, if you can't, even in the rural area, people's children are not going to school because there is no money.
Okay.
People were on government job, they took them from job, their children were living with people in town, people that they were living with, their family members' children were living with them, they took them from job. Those children are all over there, lottery, no school for them because of low money. People are issuing 25,000 United States dollars to 47 representatives to remove one speaker illegally. The LACC that they put together for corruption, this is the work they're supposed to be doing, not to be witch hunting people. This is one of the major things that's going to run behind. Where the money came from, who teach you the money, that person should be arrested and investigated. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right. Hello, caller. Stay away from your monitor. Hello. Wow, we lost that caller. Hello, caller. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, Nima, where do you call from?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. This is Aliyu Masale, or I'm calling from Baltimore, Maryland, USA. Yes, the issue about the removal of the hospital, you see, I can't really understand those people that we elect as lawmakers. How will you say you want to remove the hospital for corruption and you are going to accept bribes? So how do you call that? If you want to remove the hospital, but before removing the hospital, you have to go for someone to call you. Oh yes, I want us to remove the hospital. So join us there. We are going to give you 25,000. How will you be removing someone for corruption and you are doing the same corruption? Because the act of bribery, that's corruption by itself. You see, these are some of the things we continue to say. This government came to power every day. The president flying around here and there, say they are looking for investors, they are looking for money, wasting taxpayer money, and at the same time, they are in the country, wasting the country resources. 1.2 million. You know how many people you can live from poverty in Liberia? And you people additionally want to politicians, call politicians just to remove a speaker. This is not a serious government. This is not the rescue we expect, we the Liberian people. Those lawmakers are the problem of our country, and the people of Liberia have to stand up for themselves. We continue to see this. You people have to see those lawmakers in our house where they are not coming outside, just as they did in Kenya. Other than that, we can continue to say, how long, 6 more years, 6 more years. Now, George, we are there. You people say, how long, 6 more years, George, we are gone. Joseph Wakakam, you people will save the how long, 6 more years. You know all this now what happening to your age and the future of your children?
Okay.
Not because of that country, they are the problem to our country. We have to stand up against them. Other than that, Liberia is not going to be a better place till 2065. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Hello, caller. Yeah, hello, your name, where do you call from?
This is Paul D. Anthony calling from Basso County.
Okay, so go ahead, you listen to the conversation.
The whole thing that our lawmakers, they are a problem for us.
How?
They are the proper causes in the country. To elect them, we stood in the rain and the sun to elect them. But when we're in our house to get PP cards and to enrich themselves, they don't care for the citizen. Crying God and the other people were taking two hands over the money, and our own lawmaker on the side, our own representative on the side, and it denied that they never get any money. You see?
All right, thank you. Hello, caller.
Hello?
Yeah, stay away from a monitor or else we'll call you off.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, your name and where do you call from?
Yeah, I'm back again. I want to say bravo to Luther calling from Babolo.
Yeah, your name.
For a president job, a brilliant job that he carry on.
Your name.
He exposing those guys. Look, some of those guys when in our house, they are broke. Some of them not really doing that thing with their wedding man, but because they hear about money, some of them know you handle 15,000, before 25,000. So because of money, some of them are encouraged to take that brass. They are not doing it willingly, but because money there, my brother, that money some people know handle it in their life, and we made them lawmaker. I want to say bravo to my honorable man in Anomo from Babulu County, because I know her a knee on that paper. I want to say bravo to Luther Kwali, and hello to my honorable man Paul Kennedy. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Your name. Oh, lost that call. 077785961 to be a part of the closing argument here. Hello, caller.
Hello?
Yeah, your name and where do you call from?
I'm just W. Sanvee. I called from Relevant Highway.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, my input into the whole saga is this. We are not Liberia now. We are not looking at number for the now of 55 to remove the speaker. but we are looking at the criminal nature of the whole circle. Is what we are looking at now. That those guys, someone spoke on the breakfast show this morning that those guys, they are evil-minded people. And we are the pressure for them. So if you employ somebody and the person want to undermine your job, or they even want to start your job, just let the person that pray that it is not that we rise up against those guys. We are suffering, and then they enjoy the resources of the country. Who are they representing? They were representing they and their family. So they hire to enjoy our resources. And we have to know that even the poor man will have bread on the table, but they refuse.
All right.
And so, now, we have to send the hero guys. Let's move to the Capitol building there and tell them, let everyone let me this man. Can't continue no nonsense with that.
All right. Thank you. Epic days. Hello, caller.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, your name and where do you call from?
Taking news and a call from Matari.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, the issue concerning removing the let it just be free and fair. Yeah, is an allegation and they have their evidence. We will accept it. Or anything else in the form of bribery, we are totally against it. I want them to focus on the country. And there's something I want to bring to the attention of the country. There's something going on. These trucks, who own these trucks that run all around the place and damaging people's lives, they don't slow down. The other day, my daughter were trying to cross the road. A small car was before the truck, and it slowed down, but the truck was behind it. The car from distance pulling and coming while the car slowed down. They almost ran into my daughter and myself. We learned that it is the representative then that own this truck. In the higher tax, that's why they are moving recklessly and continue to damage people's lives. And there is nothing, nobody for us. So I just call your attention to that.
All right, thank you.
Have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Let's do one more call, last call.
All right, hello, caller.
Hello.
Yeah, you are the last caller. Hello, your name and where do you call from? Okay, go ahead.
Because there is not used to us go to them, we just started going there, we do that already. They are usually having or impeding because those is not used to us, but we are started already. But tomorrow we'll be there waiting for them. Like a Saturday.
All right.
Keep on being the people and go here, we need to play with the you are.
All right.
Tomorrow we'll be there for them.
Thank you.
Okay, Lofa, go ahead.
Thank you, Tomalin. You know, I know we are focusing on folks in the legislature, but here's my thing, though. The gross disrespect and arrogance on the part of Mo Ali, I see it as though people are just trying to just gloss over it and not pay much attention to that. This is how people tend to be insensitive to the plight of other people. When Mo Ali is brave enough to say to you, regardless of your position or whatever if you are to reach out to inquire from him, and whether he's trying to just be, just sarcasm, whatever it is, the fact that he admitted to that, it proves nothing less than arrogance, disrespect, and some level of insensitive nature to the plight of the people. We are talking about stolen money here, and Mo Ali is admitting not only it's not done verbally, but he wrote, yes, I gave money to have the speaker removed. He's admitting this is a form of admittance to contribution to corruption in the country, and this is not something we should take lightly. These boys who are running around here with nowhere to even find a lapa bido to eat, today they can admit to being part of corruption in the country. We should not take these things lightly. They should be held accountable for these kind of behaviors. The fact that he even said this to you, Tomalin, I think you should be outraged that he openly admitted to being a part of the corruption in the country, and people are just trying to make it seem like it never happened. This is disrespectful, it's arrogance, and I think the people of Liberia should be literally upset and hopefully march onto his office and make sure that he can come and prove what he stated about his contribution to it. Thank you.
Yes. Well, I agree with you, Lofa, and that's why I'll forward his message to Councillor Zoe. Yeah, I'll forward a message to Councillor Zoe. If you figure out whether he will tell her whether he was joking on that. That is up to him. But guys, look at. I'm coming out. What you? Anyway, guys. Let's get our closing comments. We heard the callers. Let's give our closing comments so we can call your day. So I don't know who want to go first.
Yeah, I'll go first. But look, man. Liberia, is that's the country we have. The reality that we must not accept. I personally don't think that a lot will change until we get the right folks with the right level of patriotism and into public spaces. I don't think much will change. But when I say it's the reality that we must not accept, I'm willing to continue to fight for this change that we desire, where you will have public figures, lawmakers understand their core responsibilities and what role they play in sending that message of upholding and protecting our laws. You are not just lawmakers because you will be called honorables. That's not the reason why you are a lawmaker. You are lawmakers because you set the tone when it comes to law, check and balance, and order in our country. Those you represent look up to you, and the country at large looks up to you. And so far we haven't seen that. And I know that there's some really good people in there in the midst of all of this chaos, in the midst of all of this corruption. There's some really decent minds and decent people in there, but they're not enough. They're not enough. And they always say, well, politics is about numbers. A lot of things are about numbers. And so we will continue to pound this message. I heard the representative talk about the Liberian people must stand up. Yeah, the Liberian people must understand how powerful they are, how powerful their voices are. And they must understand that these people work for them. They have the power to hire and fire them. They have the power to ensure that those they hire to represent them are representing their own interests, the bread and butter issues, the security issues, the infrastructure development issues, things that they want. They must understand that they have that power. Unfortunately, right now they don't understand the magnitude of the power that they possess. And so we'll continue to educate our people to make them to understand that if Paul or John is not seeking your interest, you have the power to remove that person. You have the power to fire them, and you have the power to elect those who will seek your own interests. The kind of influence our politicians have on the minds of our people, if we don't work over time to end this circle, we will continue to have this conversation many years from now. And I will close with this note, Mr. President. I have not heard the president speak on this issue since his return. He has continued to talk about unity. He has continued to talk about if all of us put our minds to it, we can develop this country. But when something like this is happening, the president must understand that by extension, this could come to his front door. Because guess what? If someone has money and can induce lawmakers to illegally remove the speaker, guess what? The House of Representatives and the legislature as a whole has the power to impeach the president. They can do that too. They can wake up one morning and they can put on the floor or make a case to have the president impeached. And a democratically elected president can be removed just like that in the twinkle of an eye. So again, this is not about fanatic kofa. because some of us are not ready 100% happy with Fanati Kofa. We're not. We're not. We were excited for a divided government for a reason, check and balance, not to obstruct anything that will benefit the Liberian people, but not to also just sit by and allow the executive branch to just get what the executive wants. We have not seen the strength of that divided government. We have not seen the strength of the check and balances that we were excited about. We have not seen that. And so we're not happy. But what's wrong is wrong. To illegally remove the speaker or to illegally remove anyone that was constitutionally and legally elected without giving them due process is one act that we must denounce, and it's one act that we must all frown upon, irrespective of our political affiliation. This is wrong, and I hope that an investigation is carried on and those found liable are held accountable for their actions. May God bless our country, Liberia.
Thank you, Robert. Johnny?
Thank you. Let me just come in. So let me say thank you to our audience, both on the radio and the social media, for listening and being very engaged and making all the best and good comments. I think the issue that is unfolding at the lower house is a normal thing politically because that plays a political theater. I hope Speaker Kofa can use his leadership skills that he has to ensure that her colleagues, the issue they have with him, they can resolve it and keep that place stable in the best interest of Liberian people. I also want to say, I mean, the Liberia Water and Sewer, in my mind, from what I know, I don't think they have that kind of money, that leverage when it comes to finances to just spend money any kind of way. Because I know they have huge financial issues there. They have a lot of things to do to that place to improve our water supply system. So I think if Mo Ali, was trying to play with you, Tomalin, he should try to write you by Myean and say, I was just cracking joke or something. Because if he wrote you and you take it up to the LACC, that could be another issue that will be, unfolding. But finally speaking, from my view, Water and Sewer Corporation does not have the leverage of making money. Really, they are stranded. They are struggling to get things done at the Water and Sewer Corporation, except maybe if it is true, I say you want to contribute like maybe $5,000 to $10,000 to somewhere, but Water and Sewer ain't got no money. I know that for a fact. They got no money. I'm one of those regular, person that can pay my bill, and I know very well. I go to that office every month, pay my bill. I know what's happening at that Water and Sewer. So I don't see how Mo Ali, as a young man, will want to take money from the corporate of the Water and Sewer to use for the kind of operation. I think, as young people, probably you're speaking out of anger or so to give you a cheek. But however, I'm not speaking for him. I'm speaking based on what I know at Water and Sewer. So if he ever did such, then I mean Water and Sewer is deceiving me for what I see the way the building look like. And people that work there are engaged with them. If you can take even 10,000 for that people to spend outside Water and Sewer budget, that's a problem already at Water and Sewer. But let me say thank you, Peabody, for coming on early this evening to get the show started. And I hope we all can be blessed with the energy to always keep this show active because it has become a major source of information gathering by our people. We see people get glued to the radio as early as 9 o'clock. So I hope we can try to be very much timely to be on the show so that we can serve them. I know I like to follow what people do. And once people build confidence in you, then it becomes an obligation. So for us on the platform, it must be seen as an obligation on our part to always be there to create this platform so that people can hear, we can do our analysis, they can make decisions from an informed position on what we say here. So let me say thank you guys, and you guys got more time. I'm almost 12 o'clock, in fact, 15 minutes after 12 midnight. So thank you for everything, and hope tomorrow we can have a new, fresh discussion. We can get away from this thing happening in legislature, except there's new thing happening.
Tomorrow is a new day.
Yeah. Different. I beg you, let him finish. Franti will fight, it won't bother you survive. Get yourself get away from Franti fight. Yeah, I know that you're brother and friend, but he'll survive it. He's an intelligent man. He's an educated man. He's a politician. He knows what to do. So let him survive his own case. I'm sure he'll overcome it. And like, bro, be peaceful. We'll move forward.
It's about democracy, not about friendship.
He could. Let me do my closing. He could survive his own case if people were not being taking money was not being dished out by the executive to remove him, to be fighting him. You have a president who was a do nothing, say nothing. You have not said a book about the current affair in the country. He invited this man to travel with him. He had not even come out and said, you know what, the man was with me, was meeting with investors in Italy and all of that. And to read this kind of headline in the country was really terrible to the country. He invited this man. So now I can believe that there was a plot. Because are we gonna invite him? And then while he's away, you convene the meeting and remove him. You know, if he doesn't know about it, then say something about it. You, the president of the nation, the president's not supposed to sit back. He's supposed to address pressing concern in the nation. He have said nothing. He have traveled to many countries and has brought nothing back but they promised to sign this one. They promised to sign that one. That's all we're going to be doing. Oh, so to sign this and sign that and sign that. But the fact here is the lawmakers are disgraced in the House. Those who accepted money just to remove the very speaker who had placed some of them on very important committee. Some of them have been able to travel now in different countries for media and stuff because he put you guys on the committee to represent the country. You guys went there. I mean, you'll get paid $15,000 for God's sake. How much money you need just to waste it on the children that you could be mentoring, little girls and things that you could be mentoring, and that's why you're going out there and just wasting. How much money you need? What's so disgusting is you would take bribe and make up lies on your own leader when he's out of the country. You go around meeting somebody coming out and say, "Oh, I'll give you 20,000, I'll give you 30,000." Grown men who call themselves leader, they ain't got no ethical value. You sit there taking money and you go into disgracing the Liberian House of Representatives. Liberia cry every day. We in fact, our entire government live on handout from different countries. Every day we're begging. We'll reach out to our international partner for the hospital. We'll reach out to our international partner for light. We'll reach out to our international partner for road. We'll reach out to our international partner every freaking day. It's international partner. We can't even come up to produce nothing. Nobody can even come. We every day our students are seeking higher education in different countries. You can't even improve the University of Liberia. Every time. How many times you see foreign students have come and say, "Oh, we're going to study in Liberia." A long time ago, they used to do that. But you're not even doing that. All day, the lawmakers, the national team. The other day, the government Guinea-Bissau, Equatorial Guinea had to give them ride in the plane because the people, how they have money. They couldn't even pay the people. They had to credit them that you'll go play and come back, we'll pay you. You can't even see those needs, things that unite the country and bring the country together. You're not even doing it. But rather you're sitting there taking $1 million, forgetting about our poor healthcare facility. Those who don't have money to travel out of the country literally die in Liberia because they don't have money to go outside and seek further medical treatment. But you're not taking that money to invest in the healthcare. 80% of our people don't have safe drinking water. All right? The Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation is still using truck to give people water. You don't know how dirty or how bad that truck is, even when the water come out for the people to drink. But yet instead you got money to dish out. Minister of Transport can't even regulate the transportation system of that country. Look at the airport and other places where water and all was floating there, the bathroom leaks and all of that. But yet instead you're taking that kind of money just to go after somebody who's doing the right thing. I think it's wrong. I don't know how Speaker Kofa deal with that. I think it's very, very wrong to go after him only because of your selfish agenda, that you go after somebody who have totally worked with even the executive and work with everybody across the board. You know, they're going to do that to me. I'm going to end right here. I'm not going to end there. They're going to take it to the Senate. And if not, the president who can't even say a word, they could take it up to him. They could try to impeach him. You know, so what goes around, come around. You guys got to be careful. But lastly, let me thank Maka, where we had the opportunity to visit with her at the Duma Festival in Maryland last week. And we had a great time. In fact, pretty soon I'll be eating some of the potato green soup that I brought to a little bit, not too much, just one cup smoke. We got already late. But, God, it was a great show. Johnny, always good to see you. On Wednesday, we're going to have Liberia most celebrated player, James Silencer Diba. He's going to be on the closing argument on Wednesday evening. So we ask you to stay tuned But guys, that's it, man. Great show. Thank you.
Guys, tomorrow will be a testing moment in our country. Let's see what happens tomorrow. All roads lead to the Capitol building. All the press folks will be there. The national community will be watching what happened at our Capitol building, our first branch of government. We'll see tomorrow what happens. But Speaker Kofa has assured the country that he will preside tomorrow, and he believes he'll bring stability to the legislature tomorrow. I'm sure there will be a session, and looking forward to see leadership being exhibited. The main opposition party, CDC, of which the speaker and the deputy speaker are part of, were likewise in a meeting today, almost all day meeting today, and I'm still trying to get what happened, what the outcome of that meeting. Hopefully, we'll know by midnight. Our sources will brief us, but we'll look forward to see what happened. I'm sure the CDC members that are involved, only two guys that are acting difficult. Ava Jones, my own brother from my Gibi County. I know I missed his call not too long ago. I will call him after the show. They all acting difficult. I don't know why he and Guar from my Gibi. And I'm my Gibi people too. Can you imagine? My county. They all play with me. I will run. Y'all tell your see from your man between that thing. But anyway, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens tomorrow. But we'll pray for our country. We pray that our democracy will be protected and will be safe. And so
I think he survives tomorrow.
Yeah. So, well, guys, I want to say, guys, one of our regular follow-up to her birthday was yesterday. Yes, Hawa, happy birthday. The president of the Cathedral Alumni Association in the Americas, Hawa Natu Masare. Happy birthday from all of us here. I want to say, God bless you upon you. Well, guys, it's been a great show. Let us continue to pray for our country and wish the best for our country. Look forward to see what happens tomorrow, but I'm sure tomorrow. No, Juma Jallah, you and Abu Kamara, y'all leave me alone, man. I think Luther Tabet might put you on payroll because you're being fighting UP battle on the platform all day. Juma Kamara, Abu Kamara, Abu S Kamara, they all they do, my man. They just been fighting. Look at it, they just fighting. They can't give up.
Abu Kamara looking for attention. He said, "See why we're not sending our representation." Well, are you yet to? So you the representation.
Hey, Abu Kamara, you representing UP. So
yeah, you want to cover through Abu. That's why you representing UP. I hope they get you some of the job now.
You want that? There you can't be against my running. I beg you. You want me? You better don't tell that thing.
Just throw them, man.
Oh my, you want that? And you want that? Will now block you. Yeah, you thought you want to do with you, man. You.
No, I give up. I can't get
you don't call and anything with mine. Big yeah. Abu Kamara, they forget it. That's how we had a nice birthday. But yes, bye, man. It was a great weekend. We're in Maryland. It was good. I mean, I forgot you and Kev. At least you guys hug each other. You and Kev.
I gotta see Kev.
I got a picture. I'll play tomorrow. You and Kev.
I took that picture. Don't put up.
You're hugging each other. People ain't
kind of my brother, but so
I know, right? Kefico say he missed one, man. Well, it was good to see Kefico. It was good, guys, man. Gentlemen in the studio, thanks a lot, man. See you tomorrow, yeah.
All right, thank you.
All right, my man. You don't know what we're talking about.
Somebody call me later, right?
Okay. Abu Kamara, you got job MPA. Okay, you better pray that peace be the country and keep that job.
Yeah.
Be praying for, be pushing for it to happen.
We'll tell you all of that place, then you know.
Let him be talking. He's there, man. Tell you got job. You see, right? He bluffing.
You're making money now. I see why you all on the show. You kill yourself for UP. Yeah. Pay the play that we're talking to. We're about marriage, not pay to play.
Come on, Jallah, go sleep, man.
Hold it down. Let me eat my red, man. Get it down.
Let me go eat my salad. Come on, Jallah, eat my salad. I eat my salad.
Yeah, eating.
You're on radio. You're on radio. You guys are on radio.
Yeah, I can't put it green tonight. I can't pass it.
I'm gonna eat salad, and Johnny, because I don't eat rest after 7 o'clock.
I eat rest
once a week.
So,
yeah,
guys. Good night, man. Okay, I will. Good to see you, buddy. All right. Well, I kind of like, bro, you gotta bring some of that money that we eat it.
Abu Kamara, you me kind of bro. Abu Kamara, I want MPA for you.
All right, gentlemen. Blessings,
Okay,
man.
guys.
Have a good night.
Okay. My man, take her home.